All right.
Spreading bullshit, whatever the cause. But the translation's been lost
For a year.
For a year, and I still can't hit the cost note. What does that say about me as a singer? It's a pretty basic song. Woo! What's the crack, lads? We've been doing this a fucking year.
It's my birthday. Wait, no, it's not my birthday. It's the podcast birthday.
Yeah, man. We talked about your birthday last week. It's over.
Let's
Get over it.
Let's start
Move on.
it off properly.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Ready, ladies and
Wait
gentlemen?
for this to be very underwhelming. And also, I probably should have done all this before.
Yeah, definitely, man. You actually made a real
Fill time.
bollocks of it.
Fill time.
I'm going to fill time by talking about how you fucked this up royally.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. You definitely should have inspected this beforehand. This is a disaster.
Oh,
You've
there's
ruined
like
it.
There's like a thing. Hang on.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm turning it.
Oh, yo.
Uh-huh. Okay, we got the metal bit
Okay, here we go.
off. Okay.
Oh! There we fucking go.
Hey,
Oh,
a
Jesus.
nice old bit of not champagne.
Prosecco. And do you want to hear something even more underwhelming, listeners? That's me cracking open this lovely schlur.
Grape flavored, so
Yeah.
at least he's kind of included.
And he gave me a fucking fancy glass and all. And by the way, Ali is here.
Yeah,
Ali's
we've
right
got
here.
Our head of research,
Yeah.
Ali.
Yeah,
she's just here for the free prosecco.
yeah,
Really.
literally, as far as I understand, this is what Brian told me earlier. She's here to get prosecco, and then
Which-
she's leaving. She's currently
Here's
just sitting
your-
on the
here's
floor,
your glass.
scrolling her phone, and now she's
Your
got her
very
glass of
unbalanced
prosecco.
glass of prosecco.
Ali, would you like to say anything to commemorate?
How has your year
one-
working for us been?
Yeah. Exhilarating. She
Exhilarating.
says. Yeah. Well,
That's definitely a
I
lie.
highly doubt that, to be honest. But good to hear from you, Ali. Good to have you here, not paying attention at all. What are you playing on your phone? Nothing?
Nothing.
Dope. Great fucking content. Love it.
All right.
So we're translation lost.
We are translation lost. For the last year, we have been watching foreign language movies with no subtitles and then talking about them. Can I take a sip here? I haven't had Schlur since I was a little child.
Here, take it from the fancy glass. Don't
take it
fucking
from the
drink it from
fancy-
the
the
bottle
fancy
like
Prosecco
a
glass.
wino, like a Schluro.
Oh fuck! I
Isn't
know.
it amazing?
Yeah.
Schlur's great.
There's a reason child me loved Schlur.
Yeah, man.
It's because it's delicious.
Yeah, and that's why adult child me still.
All right, here you try some prosecco.
Yeah, so watching foreign language movies, no subtitles,
Then
talking about it.
Talking about 'em.
We've been doing it, getting closer as friends,
We've been breaking down barriers,
learning things about
ourselves and each other.
ourselves, the way that we speak, the things we should and shouldn't say,
How much we can just bullshit for
Yeah.
2 hours.
how much Brian can drink. Has been
Too
tested.
much.
It's
Too
been
much.
tested a couple times, guys. You know, we've covered a lot of fucking ground here.
I've
how
gotten very
crazy
drunk
are
on this.
some of
I've
our
gotten
friends?
very drunk on this podcast, and then just continued to drink afterwards.
Yeah, man. Yeah, legit.
It's always been
I've
sad.
seen some fucking shit, listeners. I've seen some crazy shit from this guy over the past year.
Face down in the gutter.
Yeah,
face down in the- with the
down in
weight of the
gutter
world on my
outside his
shoulder.
beautiful country home.
Whoa. This is gonna be a tipsy episode. I'm a couple of beers in. I just kind of got into the
Well, yeah, it was just-
celebratory spirit, you know.
It was also a really fucking long film.
Yeah.
See, to commemorate, we're not going to get into it now. Obviously, we've got
Yeah,
some stuff
we've
to
got
cover
some
first.
stuff
But
to talk about first.
We did. We watched Crows 2. Is that what it's
Crows
called?
Zero
Crows
2.
0 2.
The sequel to the very first movie we watched on
Yeah,
this podcast.
yeah.
Don't bother listening to that episode. It only comes out on one speaker.
Yeah.
I was terrible at editing.
It's an hour and 5 minutes long.
Realistically, I could fix it, but I have the hard drive that's from a laptop for it. I have nothing to plug it into my computer with, so
Man,
it's going to remain that way for a while. You can watch it on SoundCloud, actually, in good quality.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Listen
and it's
on
it's
SoundCloud.
the only post on that SoundCloud page.
Because I found out that we were about to run out of minutes, like, as soon as we uploaded that. Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking I remember with that episode, like 5 minutes in, I think I cut an end to us shy talking. I was like, no, we got to get onto the movie stuff. No one wants to hear us talk, and now that's like the majority of
Yeah.
what we do.
We have
at
a
this point.
system at this point.
Yeah,
We're a well-oiled
Where
machine.
we're like, oh man, I better watch a thing during the week so I have something to say.
A
on the
well-oiled
podcast.
machine of shite talk.
Yeah.
Ugh,
And
Prosecco.
silent participation
From our
Ali.
head of research, Ali.
Yeah. So Brian, how was your week?
My week's been good.
Which, by the way, I forgot to ask you in the first episode. You said you.
Oh yeah,
when
I asked you your week.
When we ran, you ran, but we ran it by me how the episode was going to go basically because
Yeah.
you had thought it out a bit.
Yeah.
You came up with the idea, and you were like, "Yeah, we'll ask each other how our weeks were, talk about that for a bit, and then we'll get into the movie." And then you asked me about my week, and I shied it on for a bit, and then I got paranoid about how much I was talking, and I was like, "We got to get into the movie."
Yeah.
And I just didn't ask you.
I didn't have a week that week. Actually, it was probably the most exciting week of my life, and
And I
lost
can't remember
forever.
it.
Yeah,
It's
it's gone. Lost forever.
But how was your week this week?
My week was good. I've watched so many things since our last episode.
Wow. Let's do it.
Big Mouth.
Yeah, man. Okay, hang on. No. Right. Fuck's sake. Okay. You're putting me on the spot here.
Okay.
Right. I wrote.
He's getting the guitar.
I wrote these lyrics in work like maybe a week or two ago, and I wrote the melody a few minutes ago while you were tuning the mandolin before we started recording. So let me just see if I can get it. Okay.
Okay.
Brian has been talking some shite, and we all knew he couldn't be right. But he's gonna fix it tonight. It's Brian's retractions. So, ladies and gentlemen, Brian has got 3 fucking things that he has to bring up.
I know one of them. You're gonna have to remind me of the other
I'm
two.
gonna have to try and remember them all. Right? Okay.
So
first one, Big Mouth.
Big Mouth. I've watched 2 seasons of Big Mouth.
Both of the seasons.
Both of the seasons of Big Mouth.
All of Big Mouth.
In one day.
Yeah.
I sat down and just watched it all.
How long have I been telling you? Every
A
time.
while.
What
And
have you
I
been,
was like,
what did
it's
you
gross.
say every time that I brought up Big Mouth?
The animation is gross and the premise is gross.
And it is recorded on this podcast.
Yeah.
You saying it's not funny.
Yeah.
You said that.
I just assumed it wouldn't be. I had watched The League, Nick Kroll.
Yeah.
I'm still watching The League at the moment.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
another thing I'm going to
Yeah.
talk about this week.
Yeah.
So I just assumed that Big Mouth probably wasn't that funny.
Yeah.
Big Mouth's great. It's a fantastic show. And it handles the awkward subject matter very well.
Yeah.
Like, really, really well.
Yeah,
I
it does.
think it really handles it
Man,
maturely.
It's a shame, really, that it's so fucking out there because I almost
It's so
think that
off-putting at
It would be
first.
such a good thing in a way for kids to watch. I told my brother to watch it. Harry, he is watching the second season at the moment. He already watched the first season.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he loves it.
He's
'Cause
like, 13? It's got to
he's
be
14.
like, yeah.
He's just exactly what he's experiencing.
He's learning shit.
Yeah, man, it's great. Like it is very. It's
Oh,
really
dude, I think
educational,
it is actually like legitimately very educational. It takes that stuff and contextualizes it really well.
And it's doing that intentionally. It's like they want kids
Yeah.
to see it, even
Yeah.
though it's so not that kid appropriate. But it is
not.
fucking hilarious. It's great. Okay, retraction number 2, right, is Spider-Man. Right, so just for those who haven't been listening week to week,
Yeah.
like I have, Brian, because I listened to these, right? You were ranting and raving about how much you loved Spider-Man as soon as it came out, like 2 days after it came out. You were talking about how you'd been playing it non-stop ever
Yeah.
since. And then for 2 weeks in a row, you slammed Spider-Man and you were like, it's not as good as I thought it was. And now, what do you have to announce to the people, Brian?
I've been 100%ing it again because I got the soft 100%, I found out.
Okay.
There is an actual 100% where you do everything.
Soft really is just
And-
the way to describe the way you do most
Yeah.
things, isn't it, Brian?
And and I've been playing it more now, trying to get like all of the bases completely done, all the milestones done. I don't know why. I don't usually do that in games. Maybe it's because I like the web swinging. Like it is good. It gets kind of samey after a while. The story is really good. I really like the story. I think that game has some problems, and I think that game flew through the like rating system on the pure fact that it was like a Spider-Man game by a competent company. And people didn't really talk about how the content outside of the main story is pretty lackluster. Main story is great. Main story is really good, and I really enjoyed it. Everything else is kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that game right now, and I think I'm finally done with it.
Okay. Well.
Because Red Dead Redemption is coming out next week. And I want to get that in the tags.
Yeah. But that's so that's retraction number 2, right? Retraction number 3 is a biggie for me, Brian.
Okay.
Retraction number 3 is you throwing me under the fucking bus after Conor McGregor
so when
threw
I
the
talked
dolly
about your
into the fucking bus.
Your weird
right?
balls.
No. when Conor McGregor threw the dolly into the bus, you swore down. You were like, I can't see you. I can't see myself supporting him now. To be honest, he was going to be our Muhammad Ali, and he blew it. I can't imagine fighting in his
I don't think
corner.
I said
and
that.
I will fucking play it for you after this. And you said if
I
the
said it
fight
on the podcast?
yes.
Oh,
You
okay,
said
okay.
if the fight happens, you can see yourself supporting Khabib. And that's one of the things that we did in the past 2 weeks is we watched that fight. So what's the retraction, Brian?
I realized
the fuck out of McGregor.
Yeah, I realized that I was being ridiculous.
You made me seem like a fucking dick for wanting to support him. I was there being like, oh yeah, man, I don't
know
was
what
like,
happened.
What am I supposed to say? I like him still because he's Irish. I'm sorry.
I don't know what you want me to say. Obviously, there was a lapse in judgment. I momentarily lost my fucking mind and thought that I wouldn't support the person who's from my fucking country, no matter how much personally I think he's a bit of a dick.
You fucking flung me right under the bus.
I'll retract that. I will.
Thank you.
I'll take whatever shit I'm deserved for retracting that.
Which is a fucking lot, Brian. It's a lot.
I deserve some shit for that, to be honest, and I'll take it.
All right, now how was your fucking week?
My week was really good. Big Mouth was great. Just want to top that off real quick. Big Mouth was actually fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Voice acting's really good. The art's good in some places, actually.
Oshin, friend of the show,
animator,
recently described it as ugly.
It is.
Show. But I love the hormone monsters. I think they're great.
I think the hormone monsters are well designed.
Yeah. Shame Wizard stuff, some of that's like really cool and creepy. The Ghost of Duke Ellington, I like him.
Oh, he's fucking hilarious.
That's
also
Jordan like
Peele.
His design is good. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
He's so funny in it.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
It's a really good show. And
show.
fucking who's the kid who's played by
John Mulaney,
Adrian Pimento.
Oh shit, Jay.
Yeah. He's really funny in it too.
John Mulaney's also Andrew in it though, and he's dope.
Yeah,
he's great.
He's really good.
Yeah, John Mulaney's.
You
funny.
described him
really
to me. You were like, you'd know John Mulaney if you saw his face, and I googled him, and yes. He is exactly that person. You've seen his face everywhere, but you don't remember his name.
Yeah. I've watched, I think, both of his specials on Netflix. They're not bad. They're not like hilarious, but they're pretty funny. I know he's got just a good delivery. You know, he's got good kind of on-stage presence, a weird character that just plays off well. I enjoy it. Yeah.
I've been watching The League.
Oh yeah, and you've been updating the group chat frequently with your thoughts on the league, despite the fact that you're not really watching the league. You're like watching it in the background, but you're still letting us know how you feel.
No,
about
I'm watching
the
it
show.
in the background sometimes, but usually I'm not doing anything particularly intensive while watching it, so I'm absorbing all of it. That show I kind of hate, but I like it's like a show that I can put on, if that makes sense. It's not a good show, I don't think. And I think
it's so weird, man. I don't watch anything like that. I don't understand.
The problem with it is an episode happened that was so much better than everything else that was in the show up until that point.
Then now you're like just in and
now I
realize
like that I kind of hate the show. No, there's 2 episodes that are written by Jason. I'm gonna butcher his second name. The guy who plays Adrian Pimento in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh right, I didn't. Don't know his name. Never have.
Yeah, he plays a character in it who's basically like kind of like Adrian Pimento, but a dirty criminal.
That's all his characters.
But he's like a dirty criminal who makes porn movies, and Seth Rogen is his best friend, Dirty Randy.
Seth Rogen's great.
And him and Seth Rogen wrote 2 episodes of that show, based around their 2 characters, completely removed from every other character in the show. The first one, they go on an adventure to LA from Chicago. And the second one is how they met. And both of those episodes I showed them, Ali, to you yesterday. And you thought they were really good. The rest of the show is terrible compared to them. They're so
crazy.
dark and weird,
It's just so strange to me that
and
you,
it just
I don't
ruined
know.
the rest of the show for me, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So are you done with that now?
No, I'm gonna continue watching it in case another one of those
Oh my
episodes shows up.
goodness. I don't understand.
Also, because it's okay background noise.
Okay. What else have you watched?
Apostle,
Oh yeah,
the Netflix show
the
Apostle.
really intense looking thing that
I'm
my
burning
stepdad
through-
tried to convince me
I'm
to watch.
burning
and I
through
was
all
like,
of these right now because there is one thing that I actually want to talk about, like a little bit.
Okay.
Apostle's really good. I don't want to say anything much about it because I think it's better to just go in blind like I did. It's directed by the guy who made The Raid 1 and 2. It's his first English language movie. It's good. It's about a guy infiltrating a cult in like the late 1800s on an island, and the acting's
I
really
watched
good.
the
and
trailer
it's
for
dark.
it. It looks fucking crazy.
Yeah, it gets crazy.
It's
and
got that. Does it have? Holy shit! Is that Andy Serkis? Is Andy Serkis?
No,
in
Andy
that?
Serkis is not. There's a guy who looks like Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
But he's also in a bunch of stuff.
I didn't even think it while I was watching the trailer, but just there I pictured it in my head. I was like, was that Andy Serkis?
No, it's not. But he's in a shitload of stuff.
I know that guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was
yeah.
gonna say. It's that guy who's stereotypically English and evil.
Yeah,
You know,
and he's
and who looks like Andy Serkis.
kind of evil in this too.
Yeah, seems it.
He's the cult leader.
That sounds pretty fucking evil.
Yeah, you'd think
No.
that. It's a good movie. I thought it was really good. It gets a bit kind of. I don't think it's the best movie I've ever seen, or like even remotely close to like being a fantastic movie. But I think it's a good 2 hours. And
Okay,
it's enjoyable,
cool.
and that guy can direct action scenes like really well.
Dope.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5. Dara, I see you rolling your eyes.
I
Fuck.
flung my whole fucking head back, bro.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 started. It's one of my favorite parts. I read the manga. It's really good. All of the art. They went with the main character having a pink outfit, which is weird because everything else is like blue.
Okay.
Except for some action figures who's pink. Like the colors in that show are so not like in the covers. It's all black and white in the manga. But on the covers, the main like the guy who writes and draws it colors every character differently, like every color or every cover.
Okay.
And he's
Right.
always like, oh yeah, the color of the characters depends on what the like mood of the scene is, basically.
Yeah.
And they do that in the show. The colors will just switch,
Okay.
and it's
That's
really
interesting.
cool. It works really well when there's like something dramatic going on. Some of the colors might invert, and it's really good. So far, I've watched the first 3 episodes. You can jump on now. You won't really miss anything. Those parts are all pretty
Self-contained, like.
There's a few little things that you might not get, but you can watch every part individually. Like I started on part 4 and then went back and did the other parts.
Right.
You can they're pretty self-contained.
Are they on Netflix?
Crunchyroll, but you can get them just googling it, like on any fucking website.
Kiss cartoon?
Kiss Anime is no, I didn't watch it there. I watched it on Crunchyroll because that's legal. But if I was to not watch it on Crunchyroll, I watched it on Kiss Cartoons or Kiss Anime, whichever the fucking one it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just Google it.
There's a lot of those Kiss ones
Yeah.
now.
It's really good though. It ends the fucking ending theme is "Freaking You" by what's the fucking dude's name? Oh, fuck.
What are you here for, Ali? What are you doing here?
Freaking You. It's like it's like 1995 like R&B song. And the first time it plays, you're just like, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What are they doing? And it is Jodaki. How do you say his fucking
She's
name?
Googling it.
Yeah. Yeah, Jodaki. Yeah.
She got the answer.
You know the song.
just immediately
You don't know the
after
song.
you
I'll
got
play it for you at the end of this. Or when
Okay.
we take a break.
Right.
Done. So that's really good. And that's been my week, basically.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
How was your week? I feel like you need to open one of those monsters.
Yeah, I should actually.
You're.
Yeah.
I don't want to get copyright strike, Ali.
Yeah. What are you even? Oh, it's this song. Okay. So my week, Brian, it was pretty good. I was out last night, which is why I'm knackered. But as I told you earlier,
It's almost like you just decided to go out and didn't even think about the fact that we had our anniversary episode.
I did, and I said it a lot throughout the night. But I also came to the conclusion, and I think I'm right, that this tends to go better for me when I'm like wrecked.
What
which
time?
it
What time
happens
did you
quite a
go to
bit.
sleep at last night?
You know me in time, man. I don't check that shit. But I'd say but considering when I got up, I probably got maybe 2 to 3 hours sleep.
So
I got up at 8, so I'd say like I got up between 5 and went to bed between 5 and 6.
okay, so you're only like an hour ahead of me.
So we're grand.
I didn't have work today, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's the getting up early.
Yeah, that'll fuck you.
Yeah. Mm.
But
other than that, we watched the fucking McGregor-Khabib fight.
oh yeah,
That was a thing.
yeah, that was sad.
It was it was
was sad.
It was really sad.
Yeah. Everything
but to
else
be
on that
honest,
card was fucking hype, though.
Man,
Dude, that
there
card
were
was so good.
so many fucking
The
knockouts.
fucking Ferguson and Anthony
shit.
Pettis fight
That
was so fucking good.
crazy. Fucking Lewis and whoever the fuck.
We're both really bad.
Yeah, we don't
with
know
these,
much,
like,
but I
names.
love Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
He's one of the only. Actually, do you know what? I'm noticing lately that I know a lot more UFC fighters' names and faces than I used to.
Yeah.
But he's one of the only ones outside of Conor McGregor that I actively know and like. He's great. Just watch fucking highlight reels of like him saying hilarious shit post interview. Derek
Was he
Lewis
the big
is
black
his
guy?
name. Yes.
Who talks about how he's gonna go home and fuck his wife after every fight?
Yes, it's amazing. And during the fucking post-match interview, and Joe Rogan put it up on his Instagram, just a small clip of this,
Yeah.
of him, of Joe Rogan in the octagon going up to Derek Lewis right after the fight at 229 and going, Derek, why did you take your shorts off? And he just leans into the mic and goes, my balls was hot. And then Joe Rogan just goes, I understand. And then it cuts off. And you can just tell he's dying to burst out laughing. It's
That guy
amazing.
is fucking hilarious.
Oh, he's great. He's great. And he looked like he was fucking losing the whole fight. And then out of nowhere, he knocked your man out. It was incredible. It was a really good UFC. It was just a damn
so
shame
good.
that
Yeah.
Conor McGregor fucking tapped. But I do feel, it's weird to be honest, because I feel like I'm okay with the fact that he tapped because at least he didn't get knocked out. And I do feel a little bit like the brawl at the end kind of,
Sullied.
sullied the victory. Which, to be honest, like, I don't know. Well, look, no. I've had some time to think about it. I've looked at a lot of stupid fucking YouTube videos, all the angles of this goddamn brawl that happened. For those who don't know, Khabib and Conor fought. Conor tapped. Khabib jumped out and attacked Conor's friend, like training partner, in the crowd because they would had beef together too, and it's all because Conor threw a fucking dolly through the bus at Khabib and like injured a bunch of people,
which
and
was
saying
stupid.
a bunch of stuff about like his
fucking
religion and
stupid.
stuff. But it was stupid. The fucking UFC didn't stop him. You know?
Oh no,
Like,
they did, of course, because you saw the promos before
Yeah.
that fight. What's the first thing that happens in that promo video? You see the dolly coming at the street.
Yeah, and to be
That's not
to be
a
honest,
joke.
another thing is Khabib. Khabib keeps talking and everything, saying that UFC is about respect and it's a respect sport, and he wants it to be a respect sport. But if that is the case, and he really believes that, then he should have just agreed to the fight and then taken it out in the fight. Like he should have contained it to that. Like immediately after the fight's over, he's like, and now I continue. That's not respect. If he wants to do it respectfully, he has 25 minutes with him.
Conor did win a round.
Did he?
I think he did.
Oh man, no, that's crazy.
Which
because he was getting
means
fucked
he's
up.
the first person who won a round against Khabib.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard or what I read. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm almost entirely sure that's true.
I'm having a hard time knowing what to say.
Fucking comment on this and then tell your friends to come here and comment on this if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And tell them
everyone
to
call
tell
them out
their
on it.
friends.
Yeah.
Get as
really
many people
fucking
to
annoyed
comment
about
on
it.
this.
Yeah.
And dislike or like it. Maybe like it.
Whichever you prefer. We don't really give a shit. Yeah, Ali could not give less of a shit about anything right now. She's just texting.
Well, we kind of were like, Ali, come in here and get some Prosecco.
What else did I do this week?
No, I really
The
quick.
Conor thing.
I might get lynched for this. I might get lynched for this.
Oh.
Kind of okay with the fact that Khabib is still like 0 losses.
Yeah, it is kind
Because
of
the
cool,
next time,
to be honest.
like, I'm gonna watch him fight the next time he fights.
He refused a rematch against Conor though.
That's okay.
I don't think it is, man. What the fuck?
That's fine.
Like everyone accepts a rematch.
No, I'm sick of the current like trend where it's Conor loses a fight against someone and then just fights them again and again until he wins.
Well, like you can't really call
I don't
that a
want
trend,
that.
'cause he's
It's not a
done it
trend.
twice
He's done it
and he
twice, but I
won
don't want
each
it.
time
I don't want it to
immediately.
become a trend, and I don't think he'll beat Khabib.
But, man, I
in
like the
a
idea
second
of
fight.
him being like Irish Batman, right? He can beat anyone with the prep time. Everyone kicks Batman's
He
ass
had
the
so
first
much prep
time
time.
that they come around.
He had so
Yeah,
much
but man,
prep time
no,
for
but man,
this.
the first time they come around, they always kick Batman's ass, right? They break his fucking back or whatever. Then he goes away. He makes some new shit. He comes
Yeah.
back and he lays it down. Right?
Yeah, but
that
in
he's like our
Batman-
Irish Batman.
No, in Batman, he gets laid out, and then the next like issue or the next 2 issues, he comes back and beats him, which is like what 3 weeks max. With McGregor, it's he loses, and then you have to wait a fucking year.
Yeah. But man, though, I don't know. I think he's savage. It might not have happened twice. It might have only happened once. I don't know. I think it only happened once, didn't it? It was just Nate Diaz. He had to fucking rematch.
Yeah, it did
That's
only
the only
happen
person.
once.
Only
Yeah.
once. Yeah. And
Yeah.
he lost to fucking Mayweather, but that's not happening again. Khabib and Mayweather might be though. Have you seen that?
No,
They're like throwing shit.
Mayweather
like,
would definitely win.
yeah. Yeah. It's stupid.
If
Khabib's a
Khabib
fucking
can't
idiot.
wrestle, like he's
Yeah,
not.
exactly. That's all he's got. Like, you know.
I think
why
think
they keep
if
showing
Conor
him
and
wrestling
Khabib,
with
if Conor
bears.
and Khabib had a boxing match, Conor would win.
Yeah.
I think Conor would win.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're definitely right. Yeah. Yeah, because that's what he just kept him to the ground the whole fucking time. That's all he did.
I just don't like whatever.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate that he lost,
Yeah.
but you
What
know,
the fuck are you
you
gonna
couldn't
do?
lose to a more difficult opponent.
Yeah.
30,
Yeah, man. Jesus Christ.
You know, if he lost to someone who was like 25 and 14, that would be a lot sadder.
Yeah. 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 What else have I done this week? Oh, I started watching Making a Murderer season 2.
Fuck Making a Murderer.
Man, it's just I love true crime shit, and it's incredible just seeing how much like police officers fucked up that case. It's incredible to see you can see videos of them just saying horrible shit, or just like there's the main thing for me is the kid.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I feel
That kid
like
got done dirty.
that kid got done so fucking dirty.
That guy, the main suspect, definitely killed that woman.
yeah.
They leave out
But
information in that show.
but first of all, they all address all of that in the first episode
Of the second season?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And they did this crazy thing with him. This crazy thing that I'm surprised I haven't heard of before. It's this Harvard guy invented it, and he's the guy who invented it does the test with Stephen Avery, where they ask him questions they know he knows the answer to, and then they ask him a question that they know he doesn't know the answer to, and then they ask him questions that only the murderer could know, and they track the brain waves to see if they match up, to see if they like follow each other. And when they did it, they put him through this test, he was showing the same brain patterns for the shit he didn't know and the shit about the murder case that only the killer would know.
Okay, so they used a bunch of pseudoscience.
No, this is like
pseudoscience.
This is like being pitched as a more accurate lie detector test, and
Being
I think
pitched,
it is.
It's being pitched as a more accurate lie detector
is
test.
a more accurate lie
Is it
detector
proven
test
to be a
because
more
it's-
accurate
because
lie
it's
detector
actually
test?
following like a train of thought, it's following.
How do you follow a train of thought?
With brain waves?
It's not a
man.
physical thing that exists.
Man, they can track that shit. They
Yeah.
can do such mad shit now. What fucking year do you think we're in?
2004.
Yeah. Is that why you're wearing that shirt?
Yeah.
It's amazing. He's wearing his Hawaiian shirt that he got in Japan.
I got it in Harajuku, one of the world's biggest fashion districts because I am a man of unlimited culture.
Oh my god.
My arm is really sore. Me and Dara have been going to the gym.
Yeah.
Dara fucking crippled me.
Brian's a fucking wimp. That's what that translates
I
to.
have tennis elbow.
Man.
Which is the worst. Because what happens when you tell someone, oh, I have tennis elbow? What's the first thing they think you got it from?
Wanking?
Yeah, dude, they never think tennis.
No one ever thinks tennis.
No one ever
'Cause
thinks
it never
tennis.
has ever been tennis. They invented tennis elbow to make up for all the people with wanker's elbow.
I was gonna say something. Shit. But then, oh, I have a show that you might like that I watched not too long ago.
Hit me.
It's a true crime show. It's
Hit me.
called Captive.
Oh, interesting.
It's a Netflix original
Ooh.
about hostage situations.
Ooh.
Each episode is like a different documentary about a different hostage situation. There's one about Somalian pirates that's really interesting. And the first episode is about a prison riot.
Ooh.
That shit's really fucking good.
Yeah, that sounds
You should
dope.
check that
I'll
out.
definitely check
Yeah.
that out, man. That
Captive.
sounds awesome.
It's and it's really
Captive.
high production value and like it's like really well shot and like beautiful.
Nice. Dope. I'll definitely
it's
look
really
into that.
interesting,
Thank
yeah.
you. Fucking I also finished the Always Sunny that is on Netflix.
Fuck yeah, you did.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, now it's time for you to watch Trailer Park Boys, and you were like, I'm just gonna watch Peep Show again.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I'm sad.
Yeah, I watched random episodes of Peep Show too, because I haven't like rewatched.
You
it
should
from the
watch
start in a
Trailer
while.
Park Boys as your new sitcom, please. It's so good.
Can I just skip the first season?
The first season's really good.
I don't know.
Okay, skip the first season.
It wasn't grabbing me.
Start season 2.
Okay, cool.
Bubbles is in season 2, and it kind of gets more of a shape of what it is. You can start season 2.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
You might
I'll
miss
try
a
it
few
out.
little things, but
Right. I'll try because this is the 1 year anniversary, and you've genuinely been telling me to watch this. On
it's
this
really
show
good.
for
It's
a
one of
year.
my favorite shows.
Yeah.
Jim Leahy, rest in peace, fucking John Dunsworth, one of the best characters in any sitcom ever. I'm having a little drinky poo for him right now.
Ali just said something about
Ali
that.
said drinky poo, which is what Jim Leahy's always going on. He's like, just gonna have a little drinky poo. Because he's an alcoholic, and that's the
I've
joke.
seen. You've shown me episodes. Like it does seem funny. I don't know.
It's a show that gets funnier as you get to know the characters.
Right. Right.
Huh? It's very wholesome.
According
as
to
well.
Ali.
According to Ali, it's very wholesome. Yeah. At the end of the day, they all
She's
love
here.
each other.
She's participating.
Ali is here. We really need to get another mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
That should be priority number 1.
I
See,
don't
the
know.
problem is our mixer.
Yeah, but also I don't think Ali would have really been using the other mic, to be honest.
No.
She only just put down her phone.
She's just
She's
here
now
for the
reacting
free.
to like things we're saying. She's like giggling and chuckling a little bit, like she's actually paying attention.
She's here for the free prosecco.
Yeah.
Realistically, and to be fair, as our head of research, I think she deserves a glass of prosecco, for the anniversary.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm saying that professionally, not because not for any reason.
No creepy vibes being thrown.
So there's Halloween decorations all over. It's Halloween.
Yeah.
It's getting
well,
close.
it's coming up
10
to Halloween.
days.
Yeah.
10, 11 days.
Yeah, fuck, actually. When you put it that way, I should get some goddamn face paint. I'm going to shave as well. I'm going to
Face
shave.
paint?
I'm going to Skullduggery Pleasant.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to go as the Joker and I was going to berate you.
No, I can't do that again.
Oh.
But I just have... I have...
Do that again.
I just have a black suit.
Oh, yeah. Skullduggery is
And
an
a
easy one.
black wide brim hat. So just going to paint my face like a skeleton.
I know people who are listening to this who will be very happy that you're going as Skullduggery Pleasant.
I'll post the pictures on Instagram.
Perhaps we'll get an email from said person later.
Yeah,
who I know is a huge fan. And actually, I think was part of that episode of Virtual Citizens.
With Derek Landy,
where they interviewed Derek Landy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Check that out if you're listening to this. I'm sure it's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting. But yeah, so I'm doing that. I can't remember why I brought that up. Oh, yeah, no, I'm shaving my goddamn face. That's going to be crazy. Because, first of all,
you can't.
He's a fucking skeleton, right?
You can be a skeleton with a beard.
No, man, I can't Cesar Romero it. Like, I gotta
Who's Caesar?
He's the Joker in the 66 show. He just
Oh, you fucking nerd.
Man, he had a fucking mustache.
Nerd.
He had a mustache, and he just painted over it with white face paint. It looked hilarious.
Yeah. I've seen that movie.
But I have a lot of facial hair, so I'm not doing that. And also, I'm going to do No Shave November. I'm not going to touch my facial hair at all. I'm going to start from nothing. And on Halloween, so it works out. And then I'm gonna just see what happens if I just let it grow for a month.
I won't shave. I'm not gonna start from nothing though. I'm gonna keep what I have going on now because I quite like it. But
yeah,
I'm gonna not shave anything else.
For
November.
Give it a go. Why the fuck not? It's always good crack. I think this is the first year that I'm gonna grow this much for it. To be honest, I have not been clean shaven in like 8 or 9 months, so I'm gonna look like a baby just to prepare everybody.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awful for me for a while.
Ali's just sitting here making noise.
Oh man.
Yeah. Ali, how was your week? She's just not.
Man,
fucking
just
Christ.
Absolutely not, man.
Fucking
She's just here to fucking
Christ.
drink.
She's a monster. Fucking party animal.
So, will we get into the movie? How long have we been talking for?
Do we have anything else to talk about?
Well, we have a whole fucking segment to talk more shite, you know?
That's true. We do just inexplicably have 2 segments of shite talk.
Yeah.
Because bullshit really is just...
Well, to be fair though, I find that I think the pre-movie talk bullshit is more like, hey, I watched this thing. Hey, I watched this thing. A lot of that, or I did this thing or whatever, and then the bullshit is often like, what the fuck is this?
That's the Prosecco gone already.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How did that even happen?
Those bottles really don't hold as much as you think. Yeah.
That's so fucking lame. Did you both get 2 glasses out of that?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I have. This is my second and a half.
Second and a half.
Because I topped it off with what was
Fantastic.
left.
I may get a fucking.
And
move
these
on
are
with
not.
the slur.
Well, these are
I gotta
pretty big
catch up.
glasses, I guess.
You
don't have to catch up. That's not alcoholic.
Man,
it's basically like water, but fizzy.
Grown up here. Why are you trying to ruin it for me? Hey, don't be doing that now, Ali. Pouring your Heineken in my slur.
Yeah, I also have a can of Heineken here. It's going to be a tipsy episode, fellas.
Is up in my slur glass. Right.
Yeah, should we take a break and then get into the film talk?
Yeah.
I gotta pee. I've been drinking a lot of Prosecco.
Yeah, of course you fucking do.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. We will be back right now.
Oh, definitely didn't work.
Definitely didn't work.
No, it never
of course
does.
It didn't.
Man.
It never does.
You can always go for it, though.
Yeah, I always will.
Yeah.
I never will not go for it. So, all right. The sheet of paper is on the table.
Oh, shit. It's under all this bullshit.
Under all your custard.
It's where custard used to be, bro. I also got a shit ton of munch, so you take your time reading out all this shit, and
There's
I'll
not much.
Be
There's not much, Dara.
Really
so
drag it out.
Eat fucking quick.
And you
Eat
drag it out,
quick.
motherfucker.
Eat fresh. Subway. This episode is sponsored by Subway. Hashtag eat fresh. I had a Subway the other day. It wasn't...
No.
It's never good.
Yeah, man, I don't even find them that good anymore. I used to be able to eat them every day, and for a while I would.
See, I always rationalize it by being like, it's much quicker than making lunch, and it seems healthier than a burger. You know, in terms of fast food, but it definitely isn't. It's a shitload of bread and like
it's a shit
bullshit.
ton of calories, though.
Although I usually get like turkey, and that's it, which is turkey's okay.
Fucking footlong BMT is 800 calories.
Oh no, I only go 6-inch. Footlong, no way. Fuck that.
But like, if I'm out and I haven't had dinner because I'm a dope, you know, a lot of the time I don't have dinner even though I'm trying to put on weight. And I have to get a load of calories into me quick.
You fool.
800 calorie fucking sub, not bad.
Yeah, I suppose. No, I'll get like a 6-inch Italian melt or Subway melt, the one with the turkey, bacon, and ham.
Nice.
That's pretty good. Only 6-inch though. I don't need no footlong. Always fills you up way too much.
That's not part of the deal. Any of the ones that have bacon in them aren't part of the deal where you get a free drink. It's lame. Super lame.
I usually just get them and come back here, so I've got like I drink water more so than anything else. Every so often I'll have some blackcurrant juice now. I don't know. This is all very boring.
Yeah, we
talking
we
about
started
shit
talking
that-
about the film and we.
See, but I'm filling time while you eat your fucking cupcake, you child.
But I've been talking the whole time.
It's been, so... Why did I even need to fill time? You can just talk while you're eating, it turns out.
I've gotten good at it. I've had a year to practice.
I hate this. I'm done. I quit. 1 year was enough. All right, so we watched Crows 02, which is... Just call it Crow 0.
Or call it Crows 2.
Nah, Crows 0. It's like Demon's Souls.
But it's already called... number 1 was called Crow 0.
2.
No, the first
The first one was called Crows 0.
So how could this one be called Crow 0?
Why would it be called Crows 2?
Because it's the second film.
No, if it's 0 is the first one, you call this one Crows 1.
But I think that would just be stupid. Just go for 2. I think it'd be cooler.
No. It's Crows 02.
Whatever.
You got to do that pause in between the Crows and the 0. Crows 02, released on April 11th, 2009. It's 9 years ago.
Wow.
What the
Shit.
fuck?
Whoa.
2010 is almost 10 years ago. It was directed by Takashi Miike. Takashi Miike. Fucking.
Oh, no.
You know him. You don't know him.
I don't know
People
him.
listening to this probably have heard of him. Ace Attorney movie, Ichi the Killer, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He's done a bunch of movies. He's a very prolific director. Screenplay was written by Shogo Muto. The mango.
The mangoes were provided fresh every day by
Mango.
Mango Delivery
Plenty
Express.
of mango eating in this movie. I'll give it 5 mangoes out of 6 mangoes.
The Mongolian slaves on set.
The manga was written. The manga is called Crows.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I just wanted that to hit you.
Oh, my God.
Manga is called Crows, and it's by Hiroshi Takahashi, who is assumedly a Japanese man.
That sounds like a Japanese name you'd make up.
Wow, it made $29
Takahashi.
million in the box office.
Sorry?
It made $29 million
Shit.
in the box office.
Wow.
This is a successful movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
seems like it.
And rightfully so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It casts Shun Oguri, Takayuki. Yeah, assumedly. Yeah, he's the top
First
build.
name that came up.
Takayuki Yamada, Kyosuke Yabe, Meisa Kuroki, Shinsuke Daito, and Sosuke Takaoka. And then Ali just wrote etc. with a bunch of ellipses, ostensibly saying there's a lot of people in this movie.
Complicated names we can't understand anyway.
Dara,
Aye.
what did you think of Crows 02?
Oh man, it was a fucking drag, wasn't it? I was really let down by it. To be honest.
Bit of a slog.
Yeah, man, because I remember coming into this first episode of this podcast, I really wanted to hate the film, hit the ground running with hating it, and you liking it because you like all that mad shit, you know. And I was disappointed at the fact that I liked it as much as I did, but I felt like this film was very massively like it was very clearly bigger budget, but it was also stripped of the little touches that made me like it in the first place.
I think that's pretty fair.
No.
I would say that this movie was disappointing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I think Genji
'Cause
continues.
you didn't seem to think you weren't really leaning that way while we were watching it.
No, I definitely enjoyed the movie, but I don't think it would be fair for me to say that it's a good movie. While I myself had fun watching it, I do understand that it was a disappointment, and I do feel a little bit disappointed by it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
There's stuff in there that made me like it more
I
than...
get it, man. Brian likes shite. Sorry, go on.
No, there's just a lot of stuff in it that, like, I think just... This is very, very sad. Not sad, but it just reminded me of, like, our trip to Japan in, like, the summer. And I think that kind of colored it a little bit for me, so I'm trying not to let that color my opinion of the movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, there was a bit in it where we saw a Family Mart in the back, And I was like, oh shit, that's a Family Mart. And Ali was like, oh shit, that's fucking nice.
Yeah. And I
And
was like,
whereas you were like, I don't even know what the fuck a Family Mart is.
I was like, could he stop walking around and just moping, please?
Yeah.
Where's the fighting gone?
So looking at it without that perspective,
Lens, yeah.
definitely the movie was disappointing and dragged. It was a drag.
Massive fucking drag, man. Massive drag. And
A stylish drag.
yeah, definitely. It looked good. Genji looked good.
Genji
looked fucking
Genji
great.
always looks fucking
Was
good.
delighted to see Genji
Patron
again.
saint.
Yeah,
of
patron
the
saint of this
translation.
podcast. And he remains it, to be honest. Well, is it Wolf Warrior?
No,
Man,
it's not a no. The Wolf Warrior is patron saint,
right?
but
right?
he's the father. Wolf Warrior is like the father. Genji's the son. Batman Ninja's the Holy Spirit.
Okay, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. But but it was
That's the lore of the podcast.
but the fucking I don't know, this like it was clearly a lot more character driven, this one, like all about like the interactions between the characters and like the dynamics between them, and they shift a little bit and stuff. And it's supposed to be dramatic, but there's a fucking huge gap. Like the vast majority of the film is like no fighting.
Yeah.
And then there's one massive fight scene at the end that is hugely underwhelming and massively stretched out as well.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Definitely, you're right.
And and it's like over 2 hours long, and I was like,
2 hours
whoa.
and 14 minutes.
Yeah, man. It was a fucking slug, to be honest.
It is 35 minutes too long.
Yeah, genuinely, yeah.
There's
So much
a
shit
there's
that
a
could've been
fight
cut
in
out.
there that happens. We'll get to that. It's at the end. We'll talk about
Yeah,
that.
do you want to
at
just
the
run through the plot real
end.
briefly?
The plot is just fucking Genji. There's more guys that show up and want to fight Genji and his crew.
Yeah, they're from
That's
a different
fucking it.
school.
That's
the
it.
the big thing. They're all in a different uniform that's the exact opposite color of their uniform, coincidentally, which is great for us, the viewer, because
You can tell who's who in a big fucking battle scenes.
yeah.
Dara's just stuffing his face with cheese puffs right now, like a fucking monster.
Your face is your house is always so full of goodies. It's great.
That I never eat because I don't want to get fat. Because I'm
Don't get
already fat. Yeah, I don't. There's a lot of stuff to still like in this movie. There's some fight scenes in there that are very good.
Yeah.
Again, the cinematography and the style, the look of every scene, the sets, the characters, all really visually are striking.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that they're not visually striking while they're doing something interesting. You know what that means? Like they're visually striking, but they never seem to be doing much of anything other than standing around.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, hang on.
Dara's drinking some slur. Like a fancy gentleman.
Fucking.
From a very fancy glass.
What I find interesting about the cinematography is that, I do think it stylistically did look a lot better than the first one, like way better. It was very
budget.
pretty.
There was a fucking budget there.
It looked really nice, but that being said, the cinematography was one of the areas in which it was lacking in, like the little touches that made the first one great. Like some of the special effects in the first one were abysmal because there was no budget, and it was hilarious how awful the special effects were, to be honest. And then it happened a lot in the first one where they'd be fighting or something, and then they'd hit someone would get hit, and it would be like a couple of shots of them falling to the ground, with like music accompanying it with like beats to like show like give the weight of impact and stuff. And I remember that specifically from the first one and thinking that was really fucking cool. I really enjoyed that. It really made it feel like that anime over the top kind of violence where they're like falling in each other,
definitely.
you know. And there was absolutely none of that in this. Not one instance of it for a second.
No, there wasn't, and it's the same director as well, which is the most disappointing part.
Yeah.
Like there really didn't seem to be anything going on in terms of action.
Yeah.
Visually, it was striking, but the first movie had the striking visuals along with the action. This one just kind of fell flat on the action part, and it's
Yeah.
disappointing because I really liked it.
Yeah.
I really liked the first movie. I mean, and like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm cold on this one now.
Yeah. Fucking, let's go through the new main baddies. There's like 3 or 4 of them.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
So who's the first one we've got?
Tooth.
Huh?
The guy with the tooth, who doesn't do anything.
Oh, well, I don't even fucking remember him.
Yeah,
So there you go.
He starts off seeming like he's the leader of them, and then he disappears.
Just into the background.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah, I don't remember him at all.
Would you say there's a trend of characters disappearing into the background?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens with a lot of them. Then there's the dude with the awful goatee. Awful, like, it's not even a goatee. It's like,
almost a Hitler mustache, but he's got patchy bits on the side that stop it from being a Hitler mustache.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible, man.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad. That guy was really weird because he seemed like a really nothing member of the crew for a long time. He seemed like a background guy.
Yeah,
But then in the end...
He seemed like the right-hand man to, like, a guy. He didn't seem like the leader.
But then in the end, it was him and Genji fighting.
Mm.
At the end. That was the ultimate fight.
Didn't seem right.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, that guy, during the really long, drawn-out fight sequence that I was really fed up with, out of nowhere, he started doing mad shit, and it got really interesting for a second following him.
Yes.
And I was like, this is cool, because this is what I've been waiting for from this fight scene, but it's also really weird, because I thought that guy was no one. Why is he hulking out right now?
Yeah,
Why
it's
is
weird.
he the one who's on his way to wreck Genji, or try to anyway? You know?
Yeah, no,
Didn't make any sense to me.
You're totally right.
And then as well, right?
They don't set him up as the main villain at all.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Another thing, right? No, okay. First, we'll talk about your guy.
Rio.
Yeah.
With the umbrella.
Yeah.
I liked Rio. I thought he was cool.
I didn't like Rio at all. Rio
Why?
annoyed the fuck out of me. First of all, he looked like Michael Jackson, and that creeped me out. Second of all, he would just be like carrying an umbrella outside in the sun, like standing with all his boys, looking like a fucking emo. And I know it's an anime, but it would look ridiculous to me.
It wasn't an anime. It wasn't
manga, whatever.
It wasn't animated.
No,
I'm just making sure anyone who listens to
no,
this doesn't
yeah.
think that we were watching an anime.
No, it wasn't.
It was a live action movie.
Yeah, it was based off a manga though.
Based off a manga, yeah.
But
I don't know if it has an anime.
I don't know. It's just weird intensity and
yeah, I like that.
The way
he was
acted
mysterious.
Yeah, I know.
When all the like at the start when they're chasing that one guy and they all run off to get him and he just stays there.
Yeah, I
with
can't.
his umbrella,
I don't know. It's
he's
weird.
Like,
I
this
can't
isn't
even.
You know?
I can't even fully put my finger on it. What made me dislike him so much? But what I wanted to say.
It's because you're racist and you don't like Asians.
No, but at the end, right? While Genji was fighting the dude that we didn't think was going to be the main guy, Rio was fighting
Genji's friend.
Gummy.
No, not Gummy.
Yeah, he was fighting.
No. Gummy gets beaten up by the guy Genji is fighting.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, then I need to talk about that, right? Because
yes.
Because Gummy is a guy from the first film. Oh, you fucking dope! Oh, no. You fucking dope!
I spilled a little bit of prosecco.
Yeah,
you
spilled the precious prosecco on your precious shirt.
That bottle costs like a tenner, less than a tenner.
Yeah, but there's so little of it, man. I think it's increased in value just because of how much it's wanted in this house.
Yeah, no, that you were talking about Gummy.
Gummy, right? He was Genji's friend in the first film. He was like the comic relief.
Sweats a lot.
Sweats a lot with the horrible teeth and the fucking pervy staring at the women. And I hated him in the first film. I did not like him at all. And then in this one, at the start of it, he's this kind of the same. Like there's a bit where he like jokingly almost forces himself on a girl. He's like having a romantic date with her and it's going well. And then he's like, oh, let's lie down here by the fucking river. Like outdoors.
Yeah.
And they lie down on this sheet, or she lies down on this sheet thing, and then it's like a shot of her legs in this school uniform, and then he's holding these condoms in his hand, and he like cartoonishly like runs at her to like just mount, and then these like 3 lads like push him into the fucking river, and that's the end of it. But
you've never wooed a lady by the river, Dara?
What's weird then is that they go on then.
You gotta grab your condoms and get in full sprint. Sorry, continue.
No, but from there they actually somehow throughout the rest of the film kind of build him up pretty well to be like a beast, right? Because they just started showing him in a way tougher light. In the first film,
he was a beast in the first movie.
Yeah, but in the first film, he was much more cartoonish all the time and like awkward and stupid. But in this, he's like a hardened beast, and they build him up as this monster, and then they get him fucking wrecked by your man, the fucking dude,
shitty goatee.
Yeah, shitty goatee guy, and that really annoyed me because I didn't like that character going in, and then they managed to build him back up to me. And then they just tore him asunder. It was really fucking annoying. I was raging with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that's a personal response to it, but yeah, I didn't like that at all.
It's a real shame. I was hoping we would come into this
super hype.
I
was so looking forward to it.
For our anniversary episode. That's why I've been saving Crow Zeroes 2.
Yeah.
And it just turned out to, like, what a flaccid fucking movie. Like, that's all I can think. Like, it was. No.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
In terms of a descriptor, I think flaccid is perfectly apt. It's a flaccid movie.
Yeah, man. It was fucking lame. We're gutted.
Oh, my arms as well.
Man, you're such a...
They won't stretch.
By the way, I'm doing this in a vest. I came to work with just a vest on underneath my work uniform, and I came to Brian's after, and I was like, I ain't got no t-shirt. This is it. And he gave me a t-shirt, and I was like, I'm fine.
For sure, we could have stopped at your house.
And man, it's always too warm here anyway.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just. All right, I feel like I'm gonna get into the end real quick, just because it's something that's on my mind right now, and it really bothers me.
Yeah.
Rio, they hyped that motherfucker up all movie as being like a killer.
Yeah,
like
beast mode.
Absolute fucking killer, just murdering people left, not murdering, but like kicking the shit out of people left, right, and center. He knees the guy in the face a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, like 8 times with like heavy impact sounds.
Like clearly excessive.
Yeah.
To the point where one of his teammates comes up and like pushes him off and is like, "Chill the fuck out, man. We're just kids."
Yeah. We're in our school uniforms right now.
And then he has the fight with Genji's friend. And the fight resolves off screen. You see them fight for like 2 seconds, and then he just shows up later and he's like, "Yeah, I took care of it."
I forgot about that. That was fucking awful.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You don't hype a character up that much and then just have him lose off screen.
Yeah, man.
Show him lose on screen.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. It was, man.
Can you imagine if, all right, Batman Ninja, they hype up Batman versus the Joker.
Yeah.
And then Batman just walks into the castle, and then other stuff happens, and then 15 minutes later he walks out and he's like, "I beat the Joker."
Yeah. Just the whole mech falls over, and he comes gliding out of it, and he's like giving the thumbs up. He's like, "Yeah, did it.
I did it."
Let's go back to our time.
Right? There would be riots in the streets. There would be fucking rioting.
Man, it was it was ridiculous. And I just didn't buy. I didn't like the whole setup of these new antagonists. Anyway, I didn't like the whole thing of them being just this new school coming in, and there's like 4 important ones, and then all the others are bald. You know, and I just thought it was all a bit too fucking
convenient.
Yeah. I didn't really buy into it. They didn't sell me on it.
Man, it's almost like they needed a sequel to a popular movie.
You see, the thing is, everyone in Genji's school, everyone in his fucking gang looks like a person. If you look at those individual people, they all look like they have individual personalities to them. They're all dressed differently. They're wearing the uniform differently. They have different kind of hair. There's 4 guys in that school, and then all the rest of them are just bald, wearing that fucking grey-ass uniform, just being henchmen. Minions to the 4 guys who have hair in the school. What is that dynamic? What's going on there?
They're the only guys who are allowed to have hair. They won the hair fights.
They're the ones who look best with it. They all had a meeting one day and they decided they're the only ones who are rocking it. Everyone else has got to lose it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? We've put about as much thought into that as anyone else did in this fucking movie.
Oh, man. It was a real fucking letdown. I was gutted by it. Happy 1-year anniversary, Brian.
I feel like it's pretty apt for this podcast. the 1 year anniversary fell flat and was just kind of sad. Just like every other fucking episode. I know.
Oh, Jesus. I know.
I think we do good work here. I think we do good fucking work.
Yeah, man. It's important work. People need to know that Crows 2 is not as good as
Actually,
Crows
Dara,
0.
that's Crows 0 too.
Oh my god, I knew. I stumbled for a second because I knew you were going to call me on that, you prick. Right, would you recommend this movie?
Are we done talking about the movie?
I'm fucked up with talking about the movie.
Don't watch it. Watch Crows Zero's
Yeah,
more.
man. Dude.
No, don't. Watch Wolf Warrior 2.
Yeah, watch
Wolf
Wolf
Warrior
Warrior
2.
2. Watch
That's
Wolf Warrior 2. It's
I
great.
recommend Wolf Warrior 2.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to recommend. Because that's how I want to end the movie talk on our anniversary episode.
Yeah,
I want to end it
Warrior
talking about...
2. Do you know what? We've been doing this a year. That's the film that we both feel the most strongly about.
This
should
year.
all watch
Yeah.
Wolf Warrior 2.
Wolf Warrior 2.
Watch it with some people, at least one other person. You'll have a great time.
I'll tell you this.
Don't even use the subtitles. Or
No, don't watch... No. Watch it without subtitles.
Yeah.
If you're going to watch Wolf Warrior 2, do it without subtitles.
Yeah.
Also watch Batman Ninja. That's a close second.
Yes.
Also without subtitles.
Yeah. Perfect Blue is pretty good, but it might fuck you up.
Perfect Blue, you might want to watch with subtitles. It's pretty weird.
It's really weird. Yeah.
But also is good. We should just run through the
that
movies
French thing, the French animated
the
one, Les
Triplets
Triplets de
Belleville.
Belleville.
Yeah,
that one's dope.
You don't even
and
need
really
subtitles.
short and enjoyable. Yeah.
They barely talk in that movie.
Yeah, lovely.
We kind
little
of cheated
film.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was a great movie.
Great one.
Let me actually...
I'm gonna just pull it up.
I'm gonna open up our YouTube and we're gonna go through.
Let's go every fucking one and decide.
There's only like 20 something.
Yeah.
We'll go through each movie and say whether or not you should watch it.
Yeah.
Now that we've had some time a year to think about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel like you've forgotten a lot of these as well.
I feel like
remember
you need to fuck off talking shit. All right, Crows 0.
Yeah.
The first one. The
I'd still kind of recommend. Not really. Only in the right company. If you're hanging out with Brian, watch Crow 0.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Dead Snow 2.
No, fuck
terrible
that film. That
fucking
sucked.
movie. Worst movie.
No.
Akira.
I'm certain it's a good film.
Watch it with
surely
subtitles.
must be.
Watch it with subtitles.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. The Monkey King.
Never, ever do that to yourself.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Awful
Don't even listen
movie.
to our episode.
Yeah, that was... I think you were really tired. That episode's an hour and 14
I think that might have been...
that is a fucking short
I think
episode.
that might have been the night after my fucking Christmas party at work.
That's the shortest episode we've ever done.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin in Hindi.
That was pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah, definitely. If you have a group of people, watch Batman and Robin in Hindi.
Hindi links
Two
for
fucking-
you.biz.
Hindi
I remember
links
that
for
link.
you.biz will get you there. Them.
Nah, fuck that film.
Fucking terrible
It
movie.
sucked. We're actually about to hit a dry spell. No, 2 in a row that suck, actually.
Sendero.
Yeah, fuck that one. Sucks.
Terrible movie.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Don't even watch it with subtitles.
Yeah.
I'm a Cyborg, but that's okay.
Pretty quirky and sweet. I quite enjoyed it, to be honest.
I hated it when I watched it with subtitles.
Oh,
I
well,
liked
there
it
you go.
more when I watched it without subtitles.
Yeah, it looks nice. It's a pretty film,
Mm-hmm.
you know. It's interesting. I just liked it. It was
It's
nice.
cute.
It was
It's a
very
cute movie.
cute. Real cute.
Ghost in the Shell, the 1995 anime.
That was fucking beautiful. I
Without-
have no
without
idea what it was
subtitles?
about. I feel like people say the story's good.
Yeah,
So
it's okay.
you should probably you're probably better off getting that.
Yeah.
But I don't know it, and I just watched it being like, this is so pretty. So
Yeah,
you could
that's
do
fair.
that if you wanted to.
Now I'm gonna hit you with something very strange here.
Oh.
I think you should watch Ghost in the Shell 1995 with subtitles, and I think you should watch Ghost in the Shell 2017 without subtitles.
Yeah,
Because
to be
I think
honest,
if we watch
watch
that
it in
movie with
Japanese without
subtitles, watch it with the Japanese dubbing without
it's
subtitles.
way better than what I've heard.
We really
people
enjoyed
think.
it.
We
and
really enjoyed it.
I remember
yeah.
that movie getting like kind of mediocre reviews.
Yeah, I heard bad stuff.
But I genuinely
that
really
was-
enjoyed watching
visually,
it. Visually,
really enjoyable.
really good.
Way easier to follow than the other one, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
story wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Not sucked.
Sucked.
Yeah, sucked.
Sucked.
Yeah, fucked it.
Yeah.
Fuck it,
Watch
rather.
the anime.
Yeah.
The
So I
anime's
hear
really
that's
good.
great.
The anime's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Watch that with subtitles though.
Ah.
Don't watch the anime without subtitles. That would be ridiculous. Chillcast.
Yeah,
our
give it a listen.
11.5.
It's good crack.
I was very drunk.
I think it's good crack.
Yeah, it's sure. Probably.
Ollie was also very drunk. Don't worry, he's not in all
I
that.
don't remember it. Shin Godzilla.
No, shit.
Watch it with subtitles.
No, it's shit.
No, it's a good movie.
It's shit.
It's
shit.
it's actually
It's
a good.
shit.
Okay.
That's my opinion. We're divided. Brian is.
What about when
incredibly
all the
biased against
lasers
himself.
come out of him?
No, man. Fucking. There's like I would say 10 minutes or less of good stuff in that film. And
Okay,
it's
so you haven't
like
watched
2
a King
hours
Kong
long.
movie or King Kong? You haven't watched a Godzilla movie before?
We discussed that at the time that I have not.
Shin Godzilla is very good. Watch it with subtitles.
Don't watch it.
Okay. Les Triplets de Belleville.
Yeah, dope. Really enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
really,
Go
really
for
good.
it.
Really good.
You could watch that one alone. It's real
Uh,
sweet.
Definitely watch it. Alibaba.
Fucking awful.
Watch
it would be worth watching like 5 minutes of just to see how awful it is. But
Watch
don't
it for the
watch that
Song of
shit.
the 40 Thieves.
Yeah,
That
I
shit's
think
tight.
it comes in pretty soon, pretty early. It's
It's
hilarious.
very early.
But don't ever watch that film.
Wolf Warrior 1. You gotta.
I don't think you got
To
it.
appreciate how good Wolf Warrior 2 is.
The finale
The
of it.
jumping
Yeah,
quality.
yeah,
The
yeah.
jumping quality
Yeah,
between
that's
Wolf
true.
Warrior 1 and 2.
That's true, but I don't think it's essential viewing. I think I think.
Oh, definitely
look,
it
No,
isn't.
can I just say that I do think the Wolf
We just had to watch it.
I
That's-
think Wolf Warrior 1 has a lot of charm to it. I thought I really enjoyed it when we watched it. It lulls
Yeah.
massively, but maybe if you
We
watched
talked
it
a lot
with
about how we
subtitles,
liked
it'd be better. You know,
Probably not.
Yeah,
I feel like Wolf Warrior 2 is probably worse if you watch it
yeah,
with
probably.
subtitles.
Yeah,
Uh,
The English
Perfect
dialogue isn't
Blue.
that great. Yeah, I would recommend that, but be in the right mindset for it. It's pretty fucking heavy.
Yeah, definitely don't. I would watch it with subtitles maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful
Yeah.
movie. Really, really beautiful. Satoshi Kon. I mean, yeah, you know what you're gonna get.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that's Satoshi.
Yeah, he's a very famous animator.
Yeah. Cousin of
Animation
Sacha
movie
Baron,
director.
right?
Yeah. He's yeah, he's his brother. Sacha Baron Cohen's brother, Satoshi Kon.
Oh Jesus.
All right. Yeah, definitely watch that with subtitles, but make sure you're in the right mood. It's rough. And
Yeah.
it's probably even more rough with subtitles.
Yeah, probably.
Because there's context to all the fucking terrible shit that we saw.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah. It's dark.
Young Tiger Woman and Young Tiger with Jackie Chan in inverted commas because he's in it for like a second.
Fuck that film.
Fuck that movie.
Although, listen to that episode of our podcast. I think it's a pretty good one, to be honest.
It's a good
I'll listen
episode
back on
of
it.
the podcast. It's a terrible movie. Don't
Terrible
watch
film.
it.
Terrible film.
It made me like Jackie Chan less.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
love Jackie
Man,
Chan.
we all do.
Yeah.
We all try to.
But I was like, you fucking lied to me, Jackie. You fucking lied to me. Wolf Warrior 2. I mean, it's the best movie
man,
we've watched
it's,
on the
it's
podcast.
the best one we've watched so far.
Better
Watch
than
it with another
Perfect
person,
Blue.
watch
Better
it,
than Akira.
Yeah, watch it with another person. Watch it without subtitles. Just watch it in Japanese. It's great. Or Mandarin.
Mandarin, yeah.
That's not in Japanese.
Come on, Dara.
I'm still in the headspace from what we from Crow
Definitely
Zero
watch it.
to-
Watch it. Don't even watch it with one other person. Watch it with a group of people. I think that's a good like party movie to watch with no subtitles.
Yeah.
Because genuinely, it's such a fun fucking movie. It like I don't know how we can. It sounds like we're being ironic.
Yeah, but we're not, man.
Because there's no way Wolf Warrior 2 could be that good,
It's
right?
really,
But it
it's
is.
just so action packed. It's just non-stop. It's a thrill ride. I fucking love it.
Fucking beautiful.
Like I want to watch it again. We should need to get back to it. I'd
Gets him
love
with
to
the
watch it
bullet
again.
at the- oh. Do you still have that bullet?
Yeah, of course I do,
Yeah.
Brian. It's the only
Yeah.
present I got for my birthday this year.
That's so.
I know that's not true. I think Kate might got me something.
That's so sad. I'm glad it was me though.
No, actually,
I'm
no,
the
no,
best.
You're the only person.
I am the best
Yeah.
person you know.
Yeah, that's yeah.
A silent voice. I didn't watch this,
Yeah.
so I can't.
I
Should I watch a silent voice between now and the
it's-
next episode?
It's fucking. It's.
Is it on Netflix?
It is now. It wasn't when we
Oh,
watched
okay,
it.
okay.
It's really. I'd say it's probably good, but you'd have to watch it with subtitles.
That's the bully one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch it with subtitles for sure,
Yeah.
or you get massively lost. I feel like it's a very deep film, and Ushin and I did not get it.
All right, maybe I'll watch it between now and the next episode.
Yeah, let me
and
know
maybe
because I
weigh
have
in.
not seen it since. Yeah.
Batman Ninja.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend.
Watch it
in Japanese. it's
Watch it
great.
in Japanese without
Yeah.
subtitles.
Yeah, fucking fantastic.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
When that mech,
Yeah.
not the other mechs, that mech.
I know what you're talking
when
about.
that montage happens
Yeah.
and he puts that fucking
thing.
game piece,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my god, here it comes,
Yeah.
and then it happens, and it's
But yeah, let's leave it at that.
It's the
for
fucking
if people do want to
sickest-
watch it, but that one's a good one.
Batman
Yeah.
Ninja has the sickest sequence of any movie I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty hype.
My Schoolmate the Barbarian.
No, fucking awful film.
Yeah, terrible,
terrible.
terrible movie.
Terrible.
The drunk one. Uh,
It's an interesting one.
It's an interesting episode.
Yeah. Give it a go and see if you can take it.
Heavily edited.
Yeah.
Heavily edited.
Heavily edited for this show, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bleach, 2018.
If you're into that kind of thing, give it a go. I
enjoyed it.
I enjoyed them way more than I thought I would.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Initial D.
No.
Yeah,
Absolutely
terrible
shite.
movie.
Yeah.
Good episode though.
Yeah, good.
Definitely
good
listen to that episode.
Also, same thing for fucking my schoolmate the Barbarian.
Yeah,
had Barry on that time. Good crack.
Ushing on for a silent voice. Thank you very much,
you know.
Finn, for the drunk episode.
Yeah.
As much as I had to edit him down, I think he did a pretty good job.
Yeah. He was exactly what we expected him to be.
Was Usheen the first guest? Oh, we had Ali on the Chillcast.
on the first 0.5. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone throughout the year for
who's guested, who's written in, who's suggested films,
which we'll be getting into now in a second because we do have emails.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Wow, we just did that for an hour and we're on an hour and 10 minutes right now. Wow. We were on like 50 minutes when we stopped the movie. Stopped the movie talk, which is why I was like, oh shit, we need to do something.
We filled it in well.
That was good. I thought that was good. Yeah. That was fun to go back through because I forgot some of the movies we watched.
Said at the start that you were going to have.
I'm going to forget everything I say in this episode like I have for the last 24 episodes, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever we've done at this point.
Yeah, I don't remember anything I say on these, which is probably good because I don't think about them.
Yeah, I know, man. We frequently.
I don't wake up in the middle of the night going, "Why did I say that?"
As I mentioned, I listen to these and I know when we talk about shit, and you bring up the same shit around me all the time. It happens so often that you will talk about stuff that we've talked about on the podcast.
It's weird because I would consider myself a vain person, and I always thought if I made a podcast that I would secretly listen to that podcast.
Yeah. Just
because I'm on a podcast and that's cool.
Yeah.
Never.
No.
I've never had the only time I did it was when I had to edit that one podcast.
Man, I like listening to it because it gives me a better sense of how I speak. You know, it gives me I
should probably do it then.
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good for getting better at podcasting. I like to think, but I also
now that I realize it's not just because you're a very vain person.
No, it's also it's really good for helping me just get to know the way that I speak when I'm relaxed and casual. And then when I meet people or I'm out seeing new people or people I don't usually see, I know what I'm like when I'm relaxed and casual. I'm aware of it, just gives me clues me in a little bit on myself. It's an interesting thing. I know. And I really enjoy listening to really fun conversations that I have with my friend Brian and my other friends. I think feel it's a really great thing. I can't wait until I'm old. I've been thinking this for ages to just have these dope conversations.
I feel like I could go back and listen to most episodes of this and not know what we talked about in it.
Yeah,
it'll be like listening to a new thing for me. I think I talk okay on the podcast. I probably not.
You do pretty well.
I should definitely go listen to some now though. Now that I realize you don't just listen to it because it's fun to listen to, and you're actually doing.
Oh, but you see, with me,
you're an actor though. You've got this ingrained in you.
But it's not just that. When we started doing this, I had a lot of there was a lot of shit that I would just blurt out.
Yes.
So I
yeah.
had to kind of get to know shit like that.
Many times I was like, Dari, you need to stop saying people's full names.
You need to stop accusing them of shit.
Oh,
or just spreading slander,
Literal slander.
Yeah,
literal slander happened. One episode. That's gone now though. You'll never find it.
No.
And I pretended it was technical difficulties that we had to change that episode. Now you're getting a bit of insight into the episode. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back with emails.
Woo!
And we will be back right.
Don't do it again.
I'm going to do it again. Oh. I'm going to fucking do it again, and this time it's not going to. Ow, we're back. Yeah, all right. It's time for emails. Mails.
Man, he made me help him bring the fucking keyboard down for that. His arms are in so much pain. He was whining the whole time.
I was not whining.
Yes, you were.
I was making manly
complaints,
noises of exertion. fuck you.
You didn't even get the fucking iPad open beforehand. By the way,
it's
everyone,
open.
right? He like brought it down here. We plugged it in. He got it to the synth setting on the keyboard, and then he pressed the on button on the keyboard and leaned into the mic and went, "All right, we're back." And then he was like, "Wait, no, we're not. That's not. You start the recording again."
It's a brain fart.
Oh, man.
That's what we call it in the business. A brain fart. So we have an email from
Oh, I see a picture
Barry.
of some sort.
It's a we'll get to that.
Nice.
Barry, friend of the show,
Yeah.
previous guest,
Yeah.
always coming in hot with the emails, always good
A
emails.
word from Barry.
A
ladies
fucking
and gentlemen.
word from Barry. The subject line says, "Explosion arm Muslim is the hero for you and me. Exploding people's heads with his fucking explosion arm." Is that in reference to a previous episode?
I don't know.
Am I crazy?
What the fuck do we talk about? I listened to them. I can't remember
All
that
right.
shit.
Well-
Maybe I do actually. I think I might remember you saying something crazy about it.
Oh, dude, probably. I don't remember anything I say on this fucking podcast. Otherwise, I'd wake up in
Was
the
it
middle of the
Evan?
night.
Well,
Otherwise, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and be like, "Why did I say that?" I
yeah.
have to scrub it all. So Barry says, "How are you?"
Not so bad, man.
He spells
Yourself?
it. He spells it. How are you?
Nice.
Very Irish. Kudos for Evan for the fine guest work,
Mm.
and also for actively bleeding during the process.
Yeah, man.
Blood
First
for
blood of
the
the
blood podcast, I guess. Brian is smart to give up Twitter. Still have given up Twitter. Haven't been
Nice.
touching it. I myself have an enriched morning ritual. I wake up, turn on my laptop, and spend approximately an hour scrolling through Tumblr and stuff before leaving bed. That's exactly what I wanted to get away from. In my defense, I need time in the mornings to truly wake up, which is fair. That's kind of why I did it.
Yeah.
Now I'll grab a book and just open a random page and read a few words.
No, I just gotta force myself to get the fuck up and start my day.
You're an
Be
adult, though. The longer I spend in bed, the less dead I feel, and I give myself enough time every morning to fit that in. Which is, yeah, if you're setting your alarm earlier than you need to get up,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can wake yourself up, that's fair.
Yeah.
Also, I don't follow anyone who's gonna harsh my vibes. If if it isn't something like a dumb picture of wolves, I don't want it in the morning. And he leaves a picture of a wolf
Nice.
biting the face of another wolf, like he's got his whole mouth in his mouth.
Look kind of cute though. It's not that aggressive.
I could probably stick that picture in here somewhere if I could take a note of the time, but
Fuck it. Google it.
1:17. 1:17.
God,
There's a pen right next to you. There's a page right there.
Oh,
1:17. 1 hour and 17
Yeah,
minutes.
I got it.
1 hour and 17
did it.
minutes, Dara. 1 hour.
I wrote it.
1 hour and 16 plus 1 minutes. I too worked as an extra on Vikings. This is Barry again, not me.
Makes sense. He does have the beard for it.
Yeah. And can only name one Irish person who actually watches the damn thing. That's, yeah. On my second and final day of filming, I met a friendly lady who told lewd jokes and gave me Haribo sweets.
Oh, best kind of old lady.
I'm
One with
j-
sweets.
Well, you said friendly lady. She wasn't old. She
Oh.
was just a lady. So she might have been...
Anytime I get on with
Any
people,
kind of
they're
lady.
usually old, to be honest. So that's what I jumped to.
I'm choosing to believe it's the same friendly lady that Dara met in that queue.
Oh yeah, she was
Yeah.
sound out. Yeah.
I would also be interested in Dara's list of recommended Breaking Bad episodes. I watched the first 4 and they are very good. Then episode 5 opens with Walter and his wife going to an adult birthday party, which they don't want to go to, but they need to because they're adults. And they argue about how their present is bad. And they get there and their present is bad. And God, it's just agony. I tried to watch that episode twice and failed both times. I can't handle that kind of ultra-realistic horror. Go back to melting corpses, please.
That's fantastic.
That's a very accurate description of that episode, too.
That episode is excruciating. Yeah, it's really difficult.
If he had just taken their money there,
Yeah.
never would have had to do all that other shit.
Yeah, man. All right, so great episodes of Breaking Bad. Ones that jump to mind for me: season 1, Peekaboo. That's a dope episode. That's
What's Peekaboo?
It's the one where Jesse has to go into a house to get some money from these meth heads who didn't pay up. And there's a kid in the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then it goes from there, and it's pretty.
That's
dope.
not the one with the ATM machine. Is
Yeah,
it?
and it's well
Fuck,
acted. It's
yeah.
very well acted.
That's a really good episode.
Yeah, it's dope. And
Dark
then
though.
very dark. But a lot of these are. Then you've got like, oh man, you've just got so many classic moments. Like you'd probably have to see. See, the problem with it is that a lot of it is like, there's a lot of build up to it. Do you know? There's a build up to these amazing moments. The fucking train heist episode, that's a must see.
That's really good.
Let's say that's a great episode. That's like way
Todd.
later into the series. Yeah.
Fucking Todd.
Fucking Todd, man.
His episode of Black Mirror is very good
Yeah,
as well.
it is.
Off the fucking cuff.
Yeah, unrelated. He's also in season 2 of Fargo.
Oh yeah,
He's good
I
in
haven't
that.
got that
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
I have an episode. It's the only episode I remember the name of.
The Fly.
The Fly.
Yeah, Fly's a great episode.
Directed by the best Star Wars director.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson. Yeah, The Fly is a really good episode that I feel like you don't need any other.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
just
All
Walter
the
White in
context
his
is
lab
in it.
trying to catch a fly.
Yeah, there's one or two like there's a few like arcs that last like maybe 2 or 3 episodes that you could follow pretty easily if you just jumped in on those ones, you know. Like the fucking series finale to is it episode no season 3, I think. I don't know. There's one episode in particular where they're locked up in like an amusement place, and all this crazy shit goes down, and it's amazing.
I don't remember this at all.
Aaron Paul's performance in that episode it's like 2 episodes that it really shit hits the fan. But again, it's the kind of thing where there's a good bit of build up to it. I'll establish an actual list for you, Barry, and I'll send it to you and Evan.
Yeah.
And
I would also say if you
on
can
that shit.
get through that fucking episode.
Yeah, it's such a
like,
good show, man.
It's worth just watching
It's
the
really
show
amazing.
because it really is one of the best
you really
shows.
enjoy it for the character progression. It is some of the most subtle.
I think it's
And-
the
but-
second best show I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the first to you?
Sopranos.
Yeah.
Easily.
I've never seen that.
Sopranos fucking. Oh,
Yeah.
It's so good.
But the progression of his character is just fucking seamless. It's amazing. All of them, like following where they go, it's just incredible because you don't notice it happen, and suddenly you're so far into it, and you're like, how did we fucking get here?
See, the thing is, the really cool thing with Breaking Bad is eventually you get to a point where a character does something that is completely opposite to his character as he was introduced.
Yeah.
But the storytelling and like the evolution of the characters is so good.
It leads it there
that
perfectly.
by that point in the story, it's completely justified for that character to act that way. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
wording it very badly.
It's a really heavy show. It's very real. A lot of it isn't. It stops being that kind of real life torment, Barry. For what it's worth, that kind of stuff is really first 2 seasons, I would say. There's a lot of that kind of stuff, and then from there, and you know what? Mostly in the first season, to be honest. Primarily the first season. There's I just thought of another great one, but I can't really remember the name of it. It's the one where he shaves his head, where he finally shaves his head.
That's like season 2.
That's season 1.
Or season 1. That's like second episode.
Is it? Maybe it is. No, I don't think it is. It's a few in.
No, that's the episode with when he's got the explosive.
Yeah.
That's like episode 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
crazy.
way earlier in the season
Yeah.
than you think.
Oh, really?
When I was
That's a great
rewatching it, I
episode.
remember being like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's a fucking.
Unless
a great show.
I'm super wrong and it's not, but I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
episode 2.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Whatever. It's a fucking amazing show.
Anyway,
it's a great show.
this is where
and
it gets
wraps
weird.
Up so well.
this is where the email gets weird because we were
okay.
just saying about how you're going to dress up as Skullduggery Pleasant,
Oh shit.
and how I was like, I think like someone we listen to would be very interested in that.
Yeah.
He says Skullduggery Pleasant is a good choice for a Halloween costume.
I
'Cause
must have said
assumedly
it
you said it last week.
Yeah, I must have said it. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a
Sorry
library.
for repeating myself, Barry.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Halloween, like the day Halloween, I think.
No, yeah.
And Barry says, I have a library class that day, so I want to show up in costume as a librarian character. Unfortunately, the only two I can think of are Zenyatta from Overwatch, who is a robot man, and the librarian from Discworld, who is an orangutan. Both beyond my capabilities. Librarian, the quest for the spear.
I don't know what any of the three things
Is
that were
a
just
fucking
mentioned
blockbuster movie from the early 2000s.
You could just go as a sexy librarian, wear like a fucking.
That's my
a
dad,
push-up
you
bra.
son of a bitch.
Go as Gary. Go as Gary. I would love you forever if you went
Go as my dad.
Gary.
Go as
Barry
my
as
dad.
Gary. I would love
Barry.
that, please.
Hashtag Barry is Gary.
Oh
Get it
my
trending.
Yes. Oh man, that would be amazing. And we'd
really easy,
send a
just
picture in, and we would put it up on the podcast
Wear a
Facebook
shirt.
page.
Wear a shirt
during the
and
show.
some slacks and
Vape some CBD.
You've already got the beard. You're good.
Yeah, man. Just talk real low like this.
And play guitar.
And not in your accent at all,
You gotta
Barry.
play guitar and paint.
Yeah, in like a Sherlock Holmes type robe.
Grow some spices in the backyard.
What a man! Oh God, Garrod. Yeah, go as Gary. Definitely
Shout
do that. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of fictional librarians. I legitimately
me too.
am, and it's really bugging me that I can't think of any.
Yeah.
Warhammer, there's librarians and that, but they're like, I don't think that's a costume that's pretty easy to put together.
I don't know, man. I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't, because you're not normal. You don't intake media at all.
I don't intake media constantly like you do.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It means you're constantly taking in media.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. On the librarian thing, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, just
I'm sorry, Barry. I wish I could
100
help. Go as Gary. No! Please tell me I didn't break my glass.
Dara dropped his vape.
Yeah.
It's because he doesn't watch as many stupid TV shows as me.
Ha! Didn't break my glass.
Yeah.
Because I am the fucking vape master. Right. Yeah. Go as Gary. That's my suggestion.
There's still more in
That's
this
my
email.
my demand. Continue.
You've got the hair and the beard. I mean, you're
Yeah,
pretty
man,
much there.
It's right there.
Just a quick note that when Dara said he quit smoking and yelled, "And I do this instead," he meant vaping. But for a second, I thought he had replaced his addiction with making a podcast, which is also plausible.
Yeah. Instead of smoking a cigarette like 20 times a day, I'll just do a podcast once every 2 weeks and get it all out of me. Bitch and moan about everything that's been bugging me.
I just started smoking cigarettes once every 2 weeks. And to round off this not obnoxiously long.
I'm delighted, man. Thank you.
It's great. It's given us so much content. Huge congrats on the anniversary. Oh my god, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. A whole year. We did it, team. Me, Ali, and Brian. In that order. Pretty sure that's everybody.
You fucking bastard!
P.S. Just kidding. I know Finn, Ushin, and Evan all count too.
Oh my god, Barry! I put
Barry, you're
a
a
post
fucking-
up on Instagram.
You are a legend.
Barry, I included your name in that post, and I am editing and removing it.
Barry, you're a legend.
Oh, you are a legend, but
That's
fuck
hilarious. Thank you so much.
Yeah, to be fair, I did
And
just
thank
show
you for
up.
being a part of this team.
You're a prick.
Sorry, Dara. I know if this, as a guest, you think you can just talk whenever you want. Stop throwing. Now he's just throwing. I just hoovered this floor like 2 days ago.
You didn't fucking steam clean it like you were supposed to. Don't be moaning. Right?
What's that supposed to mean?
You know what it means, Brian. They don't, but we do.
You sound so entitled. You didn't steam clean this room before.
You know I don't like to come over if you haven't steam cleaned the floor, Brian. Monster round 2.
Oh, those
Bitches.
are good cheese puffs.
Yeah, man. Did you just eat them off the floor?
I ate one of them off the floor. It's not that dirty. I hoovered it.
Didn't steam clean it, but Right. So is that it from the emails then, yeah?
Yeah, thank you so much, Barry.
Thank you so much,
That was a
Barry.
really great
Yeah,
email.
that was great. Do you have anything for bullshit? When did we stop discussing whether any of us have anything for bullshit? We just don't do it anymore. We just assume someone will have something.
Man, God. Usually we do this off camera. Not off camera, but off mic.
Well, that's what
When
I'm
we
saying.
take a break.
We haven't in a while.
What bullshit do we have to talk about?
I don't know. I'll
Um,
play the theme and try to think of something while I do that.
hang on, let me get my keyboard.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Now don't you try to ask me the fucking chords again, alright?
It's the same as the...
It starts as G, which okay, just figure it out from there. Right? Bullshit for Brian, bullshit for Brian. Hair like a lion, a curly haired lion. Bullshit for Brian, bullshit for Brian. No, I'm not lying, time for bullshit for Brian. Nice. Okay. Did you think of anything?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Me
I was trying to
neither.
remember the chords.
Did a pretty good job. Right. Bullshit then.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. To the shit.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is
Ugh.
nearly here, and there's been no leaks. And I say this because I want to put in the tags of this video, Red Dead Redemption 2 and leaks.
You crafty genius.
Yes.
I like it.
A lot of what we talk about on this is purely just to get it in the tags.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big part of our creative process. Yeah.
Tags
What
are the
are
most
people
difficult
YouTubing?
part. I remember our last episode was the one with Evan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Initial D.
Yeah.
And I said to you, when we were done the episode, I said, hey, Dara and Evan, if you think of anything we talked about in this episode that I should put in the tags, message me after this to tell me what to put in the tags. And what did you do?
I didn't.
Fucking
Yeah.
stone cold silence.
Yeah, man. What the fuck do you expect from me? I don't even want to help you do the tags when you ask me to at like 4 a.m.
What do you expect from
right?
me, he says. He says to the man who does all of the technical work.
Man, this was your fucking idea, Brian.
The man
You
who
just
doesn't
brought me
remember
in.
anything he talks about in these podcasts.
You brought me in because you needed the charisma, bro. You needed the charm, right? you needed the character to sell it. You were the guy who's gonna.
But you
pull it all
won't do the
together.
tags, man. You just don't have the conviction.
I make the tags, bitch. All right, I make the tags with my beautiful, beautiful words.
Alright, so we've been doing this for a year, Dara.
Yeah,
A fucking
hell.
year.
That's a thing to talk about,
That
isn't
is definitely a thing to talk
Man.
about. I just realized that now. We've been doing this podcast for a fucking year.
it? Yeah.
And we still only have like 20 subs.
Yeah, man, and like I'd say 30 listens average.
You just got to do what I do.
Wolf Warrior 2 drives that way up.
Oh, Wolf Warrior 2 is on like 1,000.
What is that about?
Well over 1,000.
Ali put it in a playlist or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her playlist, she's fucking pulling numbers.
Yeah, surely
with
it's
her
getting
music
turned off
playlists.
after a minute, like every time.
Oh, yeah, I checked.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh no, the viewership doesn't last for more than like a minute.
Yeah, of course
Ah.
not. Why would it? We're not interesting. But you know, Barry
It's because we
loves
start
us.
with music too. They wait
Oisín's
until the
fallen
end of
off.
the music.
Bastard. Oisín doesn't even listen to it anymore.
Really?
Yeah, he says he
So
needs
he's not
to catch
listening to
back
this?
up. No. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him. We'll always take you back if you're ready, Oisín.
He's never going to be a guest on this podcast again.
He's never going to be a guest in your house again.
No, never. No, I'd love to have Oisin on with the three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while. Well, you haven't.
I remember messaging him after that because I had just come back from Japan.
Yeah.
I was sitting there making a Gundam. I got a new Gundam, by the way. You
Nice.
can see it. It's right there.
Oh, yeah.
Ali got me it for my birthday. It just
yeah.
arrived because of the typhoon.
Yes. Gundam. Age up to 1.
No, Age 1 Titus is the name of... And it's one of the most universally hated designs.
Hilarious.
And
Is
I
it
have
awful?
a picture of it here that Ali drew for me that I have framed on my desk.
Why do they hate that one? I thought it was pretty cool.
It's dope. He's
Yeah.
got big arms and he's like muscular.
Yeah.
Because he fights with his fists.
Okay, so
And everyone thinks that's stupid and unrealistic.
man, fuck off. It's a mech.
They're giant robots
Yeah.
that fight with laser swords.
Yeah, for
And the one that
fuck's
fights
sake.
with his fists is
It's
too
unrealistic.
unrealistic for you.
Jesus Christ.
You loser.
Yeah. Oh man, people suck.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
do. No, people fucking weebs. Fucking people who are into animes. I'm taking a stand.
Yeah. Fucking a lot has changed since we started doing this a year ago, man.
Dude.
I have so much more facial hair now.
Yeah,
You
you're
know?
much buffer.
Am I?
No, maybe not.
I'm.
You wore a lot more sleeved shirts.
I don't. I think I actually might be a fair bit buffer than when we started.
Yeah,
to be honest,
definitely
'cause
you are. For
Actually,
sure.
you know what?
It's been
I know
a
I
fucking
definitely
year.
was.
It's been a fucking year, Dara.
I definitely am rather. But want to get
I'm
buffer
slightly
still.
buffer since
Hoping to be well
last
buffer.
week.
Yeah,
Since last
yeah.
episode.
Last episode, yeah. You're also in excruciating pain. But
Oh,
never
I'm
mind that.
crippled. I am a fucking cripple right now. I can barely fucking move. You should see me trying to open the car door.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sad. It's
Yeah,
like
man. I saw
anyone
you
would...
close it earlier. You had to do a full body lunge.
Oh, I didn't even use my hands. I just shouldered
Yeah.
the door
Yeah.
closed. Yeah, I couldn't.
It was ridiculous.
I can't
Painful to watch.
I can't stretch my I can't extend my arms. They're stuck at that's about a what? It's an obtuse angle. It's not horrible, but
It's near enough to 90 degrees. Too near, to be honest, I would say.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And like it's not that I can't do it because of pain.
Yeah.
I just physically
Can't
cannot
straighten it out.
straighten it out.
That's fucking madness, man.
So I'm just catching it between my leg. That's why I've been lunging around while we're recording, just trying to stretch my arms out.
See, for what's worth, when we went to the gym, Brian's come to the gym with me 3 times in the last 2 weeks, and the last time he came, we were given an hour and a half. His mom was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be around until 7:30."
Yeah,
It was
I needed her to
6.
get a lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were like, "Oh, let's just fucking kill it," and we didn't pick a specific thing to do. Usually I follow like a really rigorous thing on my phone, but we were just, I was like, we'll do backs.
Let's just do a bunch of shit.
Yeah, we'll do
let's
some
just-
backs, we'll do some shoulders, we'll do some biceps, and I just kept asking which one you wanted to do, and you'd give me one. And
Well,
then
I was rotating.
Oh
it.
yeah, and then we'd just do a different exercises I hadn't done in a while that I liked, and I killed you. Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
we worked out for like an hour
But
and 10 minutes straight.
It's,
be fair.
I'm gonna go back though.
Yeah,
obviously.
you've paid a month membership. You have to now.
Fuck, I have.
Yeah.
No, but I will say though, it's good that like that day, was the first day where I went because I wanted to and not because I was like I'd said to Dara that I'll go to the gym.
Nice.
Like
that's
good.
good.
I
That's
remember
sweet.
we were supposed to go on Friday,
Yeah.
but I messaged you that day being like, "Are you free this evening?" Because I was sitting home and I was like, "Man, I kind of want to go to the gym right now. Like I kind of want to go work out and like
Yeah.
get that all done."
Glad you did too, because I was super bored.
Yeah.
Super bored.
I know.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to the gym on Wednesday and stay in yours, but
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
this week at some point.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Get some writing done and all that kind of
You should stay
them
here.
bits and bobs
You should stay here at the week or sometime
during the week.
so we can play Red Dead Redemption.
You just want to play that with everybody, or you just
I
don't want to
wanna
leave
play
your
that.
house.
I
So
just
that-
don't want to leave
yeah.
my house. Yeah.
You don't want it to leave that fucking video game.
People, the worst part, people have copies of the game in the wild right now,
in the wild.
like out in the world.
Why? Where?
People
How?
have just got copies of the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No one's recorded anything.
That's
and
so
put
weird.
it online yet.
Everyone's just enjoying themselves.
Fucking
Rage
pricks.
for you. Yeah.
Give me that map. Give me the leaks. I don't care about spoilers. I know how it ends.
Really?
Your main character's probably going to die at the end. Because he's not in Red Dead Redemption 1. This is a prequel.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
This is a prequel. And you
Right.
play as a character who's not even mentioned in Red Dead Redemption 1.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, it's on my PlayStation 4 right now. I just can't touch it. It won't let me.
Yeah,
It
which
won't.
is hilarious to me.
92.
It has a thing on it that says like
fucking
5 days.
92 gigabytes. Downloaded in like a day.
Ridiculous.
In a day.
Jesus
which is
Christ.
insane. I wasn't
Madness.
expecting it to be that quick.
So fucking, it's crazy that it takes that long nowadays though. I can't believe they can't.
Oh, they can.
Figure out a
I'm
way around
dealing
that.
with like lower internet because I'm out in the country. In like a lot of places, I've seen people when it gets to like I've seen people post pictures of their download page, and it's like the 92 gigabytes, and it says 42 minutes left
Wow.
for 92 gigabytes, which is
Wow. That's nuts.
yeah, that's like fiber optic shit,
Yeah. Yeah.
which apparently we're going to be getting at some point or something.
Lovely.
Not like I mean like it's going to become more widespread
Oh yeah.
at some point soon. I'm not sure. I know. Oh, everyone go vote.
Oh yeah. Vote for Michael D. Woo!
Well, we're not going to tell you to vote for.
I am. Vote for Michael D.
Yeah, all right, I am too. Go vote for Michael D. He's the only person who's getting me to get off my ass on the 26th and stop playing Red Dead Redemption.
And also vote against blasphemy, for fuck's sake.
Or vote for blasphemy.
Vote for getting rid of it.
No.
Vote yes.
One of our good friends of the show, Emmett.
No.
He had a pretty good. He had a pretty good argument against voting for it that I thought.
Well, good Facebook comment. It wasn't a good argument.
Oh yeah, no, it was a good Facebook comment. It wasn't a good argument. Definitely vote against blasphemy. Jesus Christ.
Fuck that shit.
It sucks that we could get arrested and charged for saying Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No one ever has or ever will, but it could happen. Yeah. I bet people have, to be honest. But it
not since the fucking
1700s
1800s.
or something. Your dad said.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Just I think it's stupid that it's in there. You know. So fuck it. Get rid of it. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all are. And also vote for Michael D. He's an absolute dote. And if you haven't seen it, my God, look at the picture of him on a BMX. It's incredible.
He's
adorable.
Didn't
know it existed.
You didn't know it existed until the other day.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Google it. It's fan-fucking-tastic.
I
can't believe I hadn't seen it before.
I don't like to get political on the podcast at all, ever. But I think it's really funny how we're having our presidential election right now. And we're voting this week.
Yeah, there's been nothing.
There's been fucking nothing.
For there was a good 2 weeks where there was just Michael D posters everywhere.
Everyone was just like, "You're gonna vote for Michael D," and everyone was like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah, we like him.
Yeah, old fucking dote. Would you look at him?
He's lovely. He's fucking. We don't deserve Michael D.
Wee little fella from Gundam, huh? We should look him. We should look at the wee fella. He's lovely.
Vote for me.
Yeah. Now, if you vote for me, right. Right. This will be a better Ireland for all of us, right?
Oh, you're so good. That's perfect.
Oh, I love him. He came to my school because I was in Gael Closter. He came to our school and did a speech when he was running the first time, and I watched it because I had to do after school study, and I would rather watch Michael D than do that. And he was great. He was really fucking. He was great with the crowd, even though he's a little old man. But what was hilarious was I didn't go to study at all. I just sat in the hall waiting, and it was just me and 2 or 3 other people sitting in these chairs waiting for them to fill up. And they were setting up the stand, and they put a podium there, and then the vice principal just walks out with a little wooden box. He just puts it on the podium from the stand on.
He's so
amazing.
small.
He's so small.
He's too small.
He is the reason that Americans still believe in leprechauns. I'm convinced of it. They see him and they're like, "Oh yeah, man, they're hiding all sorts of shit over there. You have no idea what's on the other side of the rainbow, bro."
Yeah, they see Michael D. Higgins. They're like, "What the fuck do you mean that's a fucking... It's a fucking urban myth." Look at him.
He looks a bit like Dobby.
And then you see him when he was younger, and he has the big fucking red hair.
Yeah, he looks like Woody Allen. It's weird.
Unfortunately, yes, he does look like Woody Allen.
I also think he looks cuter. He still looks cute.
Obviously, he looks cuter.
Oh man, what a man! What a president! What a fucking uchtaran! Uchtaran na chunte.
Michael D. Higgins. Go vote. It's important. If you don't vote, you can't complain.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So anyway, Bara.
Yes, Dryan.
Wow, this has been a drink-filled.
Yeah, man. Even for me,
it's fair for the anniversary. Yeah.
I have drank almost this entire thing of Schler. I drank an entire Monster and quite a bit of this one as well.
What's the purple one like?
It's really nice. Try a sip. It's actually quite nice. Yeah. It's weird, man. That shit tastes like purple. Tastes queer fucking purple.
Dude, that tastes like fucking purple.
Yeah, man. Tastes like violet. It's mad. It tastes
Dude,
like
what the fuck?
shade.
That actually tastes like how I...
Specific shade.
This sounds ridiculous. This sounds like I am a goddamn idiot.
Hit me.
That tastes like purple.
It does, right? It tastes like purple. I don't get it, but it does.
Have you ever had blue Gatorade?
No. Tastes like blue?
It
Yeah,
fucking
it does.
tastes
Yeah,
like fucking
bet it does.
blue.
Of course it does. Yeah.
Oh, the sugar though.
Yeah. That's why the straw. You gotta just swallow that shit. If you're gonna try and stay up on your boys for a fucking pod, what? Yeah.
Padwa. We're an hour and 43 minutes in. I feel like we can definitely do more.
Yeah. Oh no, what else you got? Bro.
It's our anniversary, Dara.
It is our anniversary, but we've been knocking out of the park with long ones lately, and the film was pretty short, and I'm pretty tired. But it's up to yourself. If you've got something, I'll talk about whatever. Or did I convince you with those
Let's talk
two
about
short
all these
sentences?
Marvel movies
All these
and
Marvel
DC movies. This is what we usually do on bullshit because it fills time. They're all done. They're all cancelled. Henry Cavill is gone. Ben Affleck's gone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Marvel's rebooting
Yeah.
After
Infinity War.
Assumedly going to be a
what's
pretty
weird?
flaccid finale.
Do you know what's pretty weird is that it's just this could just be it. It could just die here. This could be where it dies. The whole comic book movie thing. It's been going on for a fucking while. It's been going on a really long time. And Marvel has been carrying it the entire time. Like, other people have been attempting and failing and dragging the fucking name of it down. And Marvel have been holding the ship. And now Marvel are about to totally reset the way they're doing things. And, you know, it could work, it could not. Like, they're kind of... It looks like it seems as though... It's Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be like Doctor Strange is going to be the new leader of the new Avengers, and that's going to be it moving forward. It's it boils down to is he like the Robert Downey Jr. draw? And I don't think he is, man.
I'm shaking my head.
I don't think Doctor Strange is that fucking appealing.
I don't like Benedict Cumberbatch.
He's really annoying. He annoys me.
He plays one character.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He does. Yeah.
I am very smart.
Yeah, I'm so fucking smart.
And a
you
little
can tell
bit
how smart I am in
kooky.
my fucking face. Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that it's all going to be going away.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to feel superior for not having watched?
Man, did you hear the crazy shit? That James Gunn is coming over to Suicide Squad 2. Suicide Squad 2.
That doesn't matter.
Directed by James Gunn.
Yeah, so what?
That's
It's not
nuts.
really being directed by James Gunn.
No, it definitely is, because DC have
No.
made a million mistakes,
Yeah.
and they finally hired a good director.
It's being directed by James Gunn. But then there's like 15 studio head producers who are like, all right, we gotta change
At
this
this point, they're leaving it because because
What if they got to lose?
Listen to me right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
right? Like so James Gunn, don't know if you know this, and Jared Leto hate each other. So that means that if he's coming back for Suicide Squad 2, Jared Leto's Joker is gone. It's done. It's not coming back.
Yeah, Joaquin
Same
Phoenix
with the
is
fucking
gonna
Batman.
take over.
Yeah, so they're doing the Joaquin Phoenix thing, and they're very clearly being like, do something different, do something good, please. We just need a good film. And so now they're like, well, you don't want James Gunn, the guy who was making good films for you? Grand, we'll take him, please, make a good film. I think DC have finally caught on, and I think they've done it right before the fucking nosedive. It's all about to go crashing down, and they finally wisened up.
No, I think this is going to go the very same way as modern video game consoles.
Definitely gonna have to explain that more to me, bro.
So, Xbox 360 came out and it knocked it out of the fucking park. Everyone bought an Xbox 360 and they fucking loved it. And Xbox were like, Microsoft was like, we're the fucking rock stars. People love our consoles. We can do whatever we want. So they came out with the Xbox One. And they were like, here's all the features of the and PlayStation wasn't doing that well. And they were like, here's all the features of the Xbox One. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. And everyone was like, these are all bullshit features. This sucks. The price is ridiculous. Fuck off. And then PlayStation 4 came out, Sony came out with the PlayStation 4, and it was all better than the Xbox 360.
Okay.
But now, Sony are like, we are, and the PlayStation 4 did fucking so much better than the Xbox One.
Yeah.
And killed it. And Sony are like, we are the big dick dudes. Everybody loves our consoles. So I feel like they're going to come out with their PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be like, that's bullshit. And everyone's going to buy the next Xbox.
But you see, Sony at least have like exclusive rights for a lot of games, don't they? I always hear people saying,
yeah,
oh,
they
I
do
won't
have
be
more
able to play
exclusives.
this, I
They
won't be
do
able to
have
play
more
that."
exclusives.
Yeah.
But that's because more people bought the PlayStation 4
yeah,
than the
Makes
Xbox
sense.
One. What's going to happen is now Marvel are like, we're big dick dudes.
Yeah.
We're making all the movies that everyone loves, and it's just not going to work out for that long because complacency breeds incompetence.
Yeah.
And then DC is going to take over for a little bit. DC is going to be like, we're the big dick dudes. We can just put out whatever shit and people fucking love it. And then Marvel's going to take over, and it's just going to continue to do that forever.
Assuming it actually continues, because it could just die. But that's the thing. Like, I wanted to write an article about
I'm
it.
so fucking ready for it to die down.
I wanted to write a Vertical Citizens article about it. I started writing it. I intend to finish it one day. But it's crazy to me how much the Marvel thing has sustained itself. It's fucking insane.
It's been going for 10 years.
They've pulled off. But not
decade.
just in 10 years, they've released like 18 or 19 films,
tons of fucking
all
movies,
of which made like, except maybe the Hulk, made over like 300 million, I think.
All of which aren't bad movies.
Yeah, like the majority of them are at the
Very worst.
The average
passable.
of them is okay. Like that's
what's,
the average
what's the
standard
worst
of them.
Marvel movie?
Probably the Hulk, if you count it. It is technically part of the,
I
the
don't
cinematic
count that
franchise.
because it's not the same.
I'd
actor.
say probably like Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man
I've
sucks.
heard,
I haven't seen
what
Ant-Man
about
and the Wasp.
the first Captain America movie?
That's
the worst
I don't
that
think
I've
it's
seen.
that one. I don't think that one's that
And
bad.
I really enjoyed it
because it's got a period kind of element to it that's interesting. The
of
first
the very
Thor's
limited,
pretty boring.
Yeah, I've heard of the very limited Marvel movies I've seen. I think the worst in quality was Captain America.
Yeah,
That was fine. That was
but
totally
then
fine.
Captain America: Winter Soldier, great,
Fucking great movie. Really
Fantastic.
fucking good.
And Civil War, pretty fucking
Civil
good
War
too.
also really fucking
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I loved both of
You know?
those.
And fucking Avengers, not as good in hindsight, but amazing for the time. You know, that was. This is it. They're all together. After 4 fucking films, we had no idea, no idea what they were about to do to us.
Strap in.
Yeah, Jesus.
What's Age of Ultron like? Is that?
It's fine.
I've heard
fine.
nothing about it.
It's fucking fine. I've watched it like twice. And it's not
what's
that bad.
the fucking dude's name who plays Ultron?
James Spade.
James Spader.
Spader, that's the one.
He plays Robert California in The Office,
Oh yeah, yeah,
who's like this ridiculous character.
yeah. I've
And-
seen him in ads for it.
I'll show it to you after this. But if Red Letter Media had a video that was an Age of Ultron video
Yeah.
where it's Ultron, but he's dubbed over doing Robert California's lines, and it's the same voice actor and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
so it's like the same.
Yeah.
But it's he's like talking about like sex and like crazy shit. And
That's
I
crazy.
can't even remember it because
Yeah.
Netflix got rid of that show, so I can't watch it anymore. Even though it's one of my favorite sitcoms
he
of
was
all
also a
time.
lawyer on Boston Legal, and I really liked that show when
What's
I was a kid.
Boston Legal.
It was him and fucking William Shatner. They were lawyers. And there was a few other lawyers. It was all about this law firm. I really enjoyed it. Every episode ended with them drinking whiskey and smoking a cigar on the balcony and just talking mad shite, and it was real funny.
William Shatner seems like the worst fucking lawyer.
Seems
My
like the worst
client.
guy, but he was really funny in that.
My client is innocent. Get to the fucking point.
Get it out, Shatner. Yeah. But I loved that show when I was very young. Have not seen it since.
Probably
but he was.
terrible,
I remember
right?
James. That's how I first saw James Spader, and he was really good in that. I thought. When I was
If Boston Legal is actually great, please comment under this
young.
video.
Yeah, someone let me know.
How fucking good
Put Boston Legal
is,
in the tags,
and how
Brian.
we're wrong.
No one's searching
and
it.
also how we're SJW cooks.
Yeah. But yeah, Age of Ultron's fine. It's fine.
Guys,
It's not that great.
it's been a year.
It's been a year.
I have nothing else to say. It's been a year.
Yeah, man, it's been a fucking year, and it's been a
Uh,
long night, and I think we're kind of a little spent, to be honest.
I'm very proud.
I'm really proud, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe that we're still doing this a year later. I would just want to say it's been great doing this with you. Been cool just hanging out with you once every 2 weeks, because typically it's more than that now. Now it's built from there. It's been a really cool way to just kind of get closer to some friends. a friend in particular, but also Ali, because I love Ali. Have since I was really young.
Yeah.
Ali's dope. It's all dope. Your parents are legends. I love being in this house. I really enjoy having this to look forward to every 2 weeks. So, thanks for a dope year, man.
I love the work editing. I love watching these movies. I love talking. I love drinking.
Yeah, you do, man.
I love drinking.
Too much. You gotta stop, man.
I'm very happy, and I'm glad we got to end the show here.
Yeah, man. I'm
glad we got to end this whole podcast.
Yeah, it's done.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Tune in 1 year from now for the most balls to the wall fucking episode you've ever seen. When we watch crows explode, and we explode all over you.
Man.
That was kind of that got weird at the end there.
Get weird.
What I'm trying to say is, a year from now, we're going to have the craziest episode we've ever had. It's going to be filmed.
Really kind of off topic, very off topic, but you just reminded me.
I'm building hype here, Dara.
Sorry, but the gym in Crow 02 blew up, and it was made out to be this really fucking big deal, and neither of us gave a fuck. It sucked. Anyway, forget that movie. It was such a letdown.
So speaking about
Crows explode.
Speaking about stuff that happened that turned out to not actually really be important, tune in next year.
Yeah. And in the meantime, how about you find us on Facebook at Translation Lost Podcast? Give us an like, please. Please do it. Fucking subscribe to us here. You can get us on.
Yeah, please subscribe.
Yeah,
definitely do.
Yeah, if you like the thing, comment.
It helps us out.
Comment
really
if you want to give out to us over something.
Share
We'd
us
love that.
to your friends.
Yeah, man.
Actually, send your friends.
Introduce us to them, in person. Just bring us.
No,
we're not
no,
doing much.
Jokes aside. Yeah, send it. I think we've been doing this for a year. We're pretty good at it.
Yeah, man.
Hit up your friends. Be like, hey, I've been listening to this. If you're still listening to it now.
Yeah, come on. Just
be like, hey, here's this really good
please.
podcast. Who are a bunch of guys that I know. Also, write in.
Yeah, we love to hear from anyone.
In. I feel like we haven't been pushing that enough.
No, we haven't. We love to hear from anyone. Anyone at all.
Fucking anyone. Yeah, if you're listening to this right now, if you've made it this far, doesn't matter. You don't have to come in with a bunch of shit.
Oh, write to us at translationlostpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Didn't say that during the letters.
Just hit us. Just whatever.
And then find us.
Doesn't have to be a question.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a magical fucking truth. You don't need to be asking us for advice on anything. Just pick a statement. Say some shit.
Yeah.
We'll read it.
We'll argue it.
We'll read it and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're thinking right now.
We'll make fun about it off air.
No. We never do.
No, never do. Fucking at TLostPod on Twitter if you want to follow that for some reason. And that's it, man.
That's it.
We're Translation Lost Podcast. We'll be better at this next year, really.
Next year.
Hopefully. Because we're still not better.
If you're watching this now, thank you for continuing to watch it.